Is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Big news for veterans and first-time homebuyers. The Hometown Heroes program provides up to $35,000 down payment and closing costs. Get pre-approved at thatmortgagguydon.com.
With thatmortgagguydon.com.
If you ask anyone who's experienced LASIK, they will tell you it's the best thing they've ever done. And more often than not, they'll add, I should have done it sooner. So what are you waiting for? The Filatowski Eye Institute is offering free LASIK consultations. Just text 1041 to 868686 and start your journey to better vision with the Filatowski Eye Institute. They've performed over 65,000 LASIK procedures using the latest state-of-the-art technology. If finances aren't concerned, they offer 24-month interest-free financing. Text 1041 to 868686 to schedule your free LASIK consultation at the Filatowski Eye Institute.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-954-3322, 800-954-3322, 800-954-3322.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people, Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Breathe easy.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're seeing the unseeable. Using advanced imaging technology, our experts can look deeper into the human body, uncovering the smallest of details that would otherwise go unnoticed, leading to more accurate diagnoses and treatments. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Hey, Cam, mind sending me over our new Wi-Fi password?
Oh, sorry, Mitch, you can't be trusted.
What?
It's your phone. It's different than mine.
Cam! And I thought I was a judgy one.
No, it's just messages between different devices aren't encrypted.
Okay. Since when do you know about encryption?
I know what encryption is, and it's because I'm the last line of defense against any would-be Wi-Fi thieves.
Cam, come on.
Okay, fine. I'll send it somewhere more private.
Thank you.
Safely send messages between different devices on WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lynn Studios. Why Kaufman and Lynn? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. The exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, money. M-O-N-E-Y, money. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The news junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and Seeley.
It is Monday, July 22nd, 2024. Lots to get to today. From Joe Biden drops out to the Secret Service gets grilled by Congress and his Team USA basketball headed for disaster. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, Seeley.
What's going on?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Monday?
Good. How about
anything
you?
of note happened this weekend? Anything?
Slow news day for sure.
I didn't see anything really crossing the wire, so we'll just kind of shoot the S today and see how everybody's doing out there.
I mean, when is the last time we had a normal Monday?
I don't think we have had one in a couple of months here.
Okay.
It's been a wild ride. I was thinking about that too. I said we had Trump assassination attempt. We have Biden drops out of the race.
Right.
We were telling you was going to happen on our Friday show. We had a bunch of celebrity deaths. We had the debate debacle. We had.
I'm exhausted. How about
I'm missing
you?
all sorts of things, I know, but like that's just a small sampling of what we had in like the last 30 days, right? Like the debate with Biden was less than a month ago. It was less than a month.
Wow.
Yes. It was less than a month ago, right around a month right now, when that debate happened and started the dominoes falling that led us to today, where we are. And obviously, you saw the news everywhere. You couldn't get away from it. And a lot of people didn't believe it when I first posted it on socials.
Well, because it was odd. The delivery method was odd. They made some choices that I wouldn't have expected, but I think I have ideas why.
Yeah, and you know what's kind of weird to me? He posts it. Biden posts his note saying that he's dropping out of the race.
You saw that on X.
Yeah, on X/Twitter, and it is owned by a guy who's, explicitly supporting his opponent. It's like wondering why that they would go with that strategy, but they didn't. I don't think they wanted it to leak out. They didn't want it to get out somehow.
But then you open up Instagram, and it's like he posted his announcement on the caption. And it was just a picture, which I found it to be very odd as well. Like when you went to X, you saw the letter that he actually wrote. When you went to Instagram, it's a picture of him and Kamala, and then in the caption, like, BRB, gonna address this later. Okay.
Couple of things to tell you about.
And immediately I was like, it is a Sunday fun day to drink and deal with this tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people probably did that. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers
I
on
don't
the
see
pulse.
why everybody's going so nuts over this. Like, honestly, maybe it's a hot take to you, but like, we've been getting all the reports that this is probably going to happen. We talked on Friday. This is probably going to happen.
We're saying, like, no, it's never going to happen. I think that people are shocked that it actually happened.
Yes, I think that there was a lot of clues, and we were explicitly saying this weekend Joe Biden is going to drop out of the race. But then when it does happen, you're still like, what? Like, wait, what just happened? And this was how it played out across all the different news outlets out there. As we put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse, and we see what's happening in this great big world of ours, we go to the news.
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox, and we have some breaking news as President Joe Biden has just announced that he is dropping out of the 2024 presidential race. This happening just moments ago. You are taking a look at the letter that he has just issued, and we are going to read it.
All right, let's do that. All right, we don't need her live from Fox lady to read it.
We are
us.
going to read it.
we
she has to read it because she doesn't have much more to say.
No, because that's all the info that came out. So the actual letter that was penned by Biden.
Another thing that was weird, it was this lack of White House letterhead. It just says on the top, Joseph R. Biden.
Yeah.
So
why did they do that? That's another weird move.
When you sent that to me, and then I went and I was like, where did you get that from? And I'm looking, and I look on Twitter at POTUS. Nothing. Twitter at Joe Biden. Oh, here's this letter posted 8 minutes ago. And then I was like, Well, it doesn't have an official thing. I don't really know what his signature looks like.
Like it could have been. Okay, hold on. A lot of crazy things are happening. It wouldn't have been outside the realm of possibility that maybe somebody had gotten a hold of the president's
I considered
X
that.
account.
Like, did somebody hack the at Joe Biden X account? And then I was like, I know it's only been up for 8 minutes, but how long is it going to take for me to get a notification about this? I'm refreshing CNN.com. I told people it was happening, and they said, "Are you sure?" Because I'm looking and I don't see S.
You were putting a lot of faith.
And I said, Sean told me, and then they believe me even less.
The credibility went down, actually, as you dropped that. But it says, Joseph R. Biden Jr., July 21st, 2024. My fellow Americans. And this was not written by Biden himself. He had... He was surrounded by. Actually, we should put that in Chat GPT and see if it gins up something like this.
There is an AI detector, like gives you a percentage. Mm-hmm. How much do you think this possibly could be AI?
We should run this through that just to see what it says. But he was surrounded by some of his most trusted aides, and he's saying to them, do you really think I can do this? What's the best move for me here? And they started working on a draft letter, and then that's what we have here. They wrote this, and he was like, all right, good. Over the past 3.5 years, we made great progress as a nation, the letter says. Today, America has the strongest economy in the world. We've made historic investments in rebuilding our nation and lowering prescription drug costs for seniors and in expanding affordable health care to a record number of Americans. This is the part where you pat yourself on the back for the wins that you got, right?
Yeah, and I love ice cream.
It was on National Ice Cream Day, no less.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was. Yes, that was National Ice Cream Day.
I
don't believe
nap,
it,
man.
We've provided critically needed care to 1 million veterans.
How does finding out that yesterday was National Ice Cream Day tire you even more?
Nothing surprises me anymore. It just keeps happening. I don't know what to say.
Wait, what has been done to you, ice cream related, that National Ice Cream Day upsets you so?
I'm not coming out of it. I'm just the fact that I just made this little quip, and you're like, it was National Ice Cream Day. It just seems like all the irony of it. It doesn't stop. I don't know what to say.
We would fight over on the show today. I didn't think it would be ice cream.
Celia and I's first fight, I'm pretty sure.
Didn't think
that. You said that every time we fight.
So it continues. Passed the first gun safety law in 30 years, appointed the first African-American woman to the Supreme Court, and passed the most significant climate legislation in the history of the world. America has never been better positioned to lead than we are today, the letter says. I know none of this could have been done without you, the American people. Together, we overcame a once-in-a-century pandemic and the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. We protected and preserved our democracy, and we've revitalized and strengthened our alliances around the world. Now, he gets to it. Here it goes. It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president. And while it's been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it's in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term. I will speak to the nation later this week in more detail about my decision. For now, let me express my deepest gratitude for all those who worked so hard to see me reelected. I want to thank Vice President Kamala Harris for being an extraordinary partner in all this work. And let me express my heartfelt appreciation to the American people for the faith and trust you have placed in me. And finally, I believe today what I always have. There's nothing America can't do when we do it together. We just have to remember we are the United States of America. J.E. Billis or Joe Biden.
It looks like J. Bides.
Yeah, J. Bides. And just signs this thing as fast as it can. Now, we talked about this on Friday. Did it come across as sad? Did it come across as a sad thing?
I think that's part of the reason that they decided to announce this on social media versus addressing the nation. Now, I know he wasn't at the Oval Office. He wasn't at the White House. He was in Delaware, self-quarantining, self-isolating, and recovering from COVID. We don't know how bad that might have been. I don't. But also, I think maybe they said, let's tell everybody before we talk about it, so everybody has a chance to get it out of their system.
Sure.
And maybe Biden needs a chance to get it out of his system. To think about it.
Think about this. We have technology now that can prevent what I bet Biden didn't want. And I think this is what you're kind of getting at, Sealand. Like, Biden maybe didn't want a video of him saying, like, I'm stepping down, I'm stepping aside.
I mean,
blah, 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 blah.
think about, I don't really know much about the how LBJ did it, but, I mean, also the circumstances around this were different. But think about the video of Richard Nixon resigning the presidency. That was a very famous video.
Yeah, right.
You know, and that's a time where he is caught dead to rights in between a rock and a hard place, and he knows, like, he is done. Done. And on top of all that, he has to get on national television and tell everybody, yeah, this is it.
Yeah, and then your critics, everybody will just hit you in the face with that for the rest of your political career life. And so I think maybe he didn't want that. Now, I do have some major questions that I don't think enough people are asking just yet that I want to get to in a bit. But let this soak in for a second. I found this to be so strange, but true. This will be the first presidential election since 1976 to not have a Biden, a Bush, or a Clinton on the ticket.
Is it like 48, 46 years, something like that?
Yeah, 5 years older than me.
That's wild.
This is the first presidential election since 1976 to not have a Biden, Bush, or Clinton on the ticket. And that's kind of astonishing.
It's interesting, but I feel like that came from a sports writer. Like for the sports statistics can sound very impressive when you deliver them, and you're like, this is the first time a guy has broken his left leg on the 5.5-yard line since 1923.
That's 3 family dynasties that have been in the White House or in the election to try to get into that White House since 1976. That's crazy to me. And, well, there's some people saying, don't speak too soon. What if Hillary jumps on the ticket here? Ain't going to happen. No. Not going to happen. No, the dominoes are falling. Things are falling into place here. It's going to be Kamala versus Trump, for better or for worse. And there's a lot of big questions about what happened in the last 24 hours before this announcement from Joe Biden that he's dropping out of the presidential race. And then sort of like, what does it mean for you? Like, what happens now? Because I think a lot of people are okay, now we have a new candidate? Okay, who's the vice president going to be? There's lots of questions about what happens next. So we'll tackle that as we roll on. We also got our friend Amy Kaufel, I believe, unless she's in like a news tornado right now.
I will send a text.
Hopefully all is well. We'll be able to talk with her today. We're going to hear from you with your dispatches. What's on your mind? What are you thinking about? Go over to thenewsjunkie.com to fire that off right now. One little soundbite before we hit the break. This was Chris Coons, who was one of Biden's right-hand people.
I already know which one this is. He's not
CBS.
The only one either.
No, there's a couple of people that had one of these moments.
Joe Biden is grounded. He's grounded in his faith, in his family, and in our state. Excuse me. I'm sorry. This was a very difficult decision.
So crying on television was a thing after this happened. There were several people who started crying and several people who got all teary-eyed. So we have a lot to dice up, but I really want to focus in on what changed. What was the thing that changed? And there's a couple of competing theories here. All of them are very interesting, but certainly they're coming up next on the News Junkie.
We are Real Radio 104.1.
Online at realradio.fm.
On your phone with the free iHeartRadio app. And, hey Google, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
I would be happy to.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Travel with caution. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Apopka Vineland Road, State Road 535 there northbound, just before I-4 at Meadow Creek Drive. There's an accident on John Young Parkway northbound at State Road 408, causing a bit of commotion there. And authorities are still working on that accident on Kirkman Road, southbound at International Drive. If you see any other traffic troubles, please call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Don't miss up to 70% off select major appliances at the Lowe's Closeout event. But hurry, these deals are too good to last because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/7 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
The Injured on the Go, JustCallMo.com Real Radio Texas Hold'em Charity Poker Tournament benefiting the mustard seed of Central Florida is now sold out. Don't worry, there's still a way for you to join us on Saturday, August 17th at the Orlando Science Center and help raise money for the mustard seed of Central Florida by joining us in the Home Loans Radio Casino and witness who wins it all at the Solar Source final table. That's right, casino passes are still available and you get casino chips, food from Hard Rock Cafe Orlando, access to raffle and silent auction items, and a selfie opportunity with all of your favorite local celebrities and more. Go to realradio.fm/poker for more information. Special thanks to Michelob Ultra and Fun Planners.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Coming back to Las Vegas, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com.
Hey, pool season fanatics, your summer persona is calling. It's time for sun-soaked party scenes at MGM Grand, new luxury cabanas at Bellagio, and sandy beach living at Mandalay Bay. Show off your poolside only with MGM Rewards. Visit MGMRewards.com for details.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Shipley Donuts, now open on South Cimarron Boulevard.
Zero Foxtrot isn't just a brand. It's a way of life. Founded and operated by veterans, Zero Foxtrot's unique apparel and gear echoes the grit of the warrior culture. Zero Foxtrot dedicates itself to producing content, honoring the sacrifices of forgotten heroes of the past, and connecting history to the present. Embark on a journey with Zero Foxtrot today at zerofoxtrot.com. It's not merely our products. It's about the ethos that we embody. Rugged, resilient, and timeless.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, post-nasal drip, interrupted sleeping. I was groggy at the end of the day.
Allergies and sinus congestion were making Jana miserable. Then, a friend recommended Navage. Navage provides immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
Navage gave me instant relief. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. Navage.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
It's one thing to suffer from
allergies as an adult, but it's really tough on kids. Running around with sniffles or stuffy nose during recess or practice. Not to mention it's hard to concentrate in school when you're not feeling well. And then you feel bad because you forgot to give them their allergy meds before they left. All of that can be a thing of the past, thanks to Aspire Allergy and Sinus. They've helped thousands, including children, with their kid-friendly allergy testing and pain-free allergy drops. Schedule your appointment today while the kids are out of school. Go to aspireallergy.com. That's aspireallergy.com.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
Cam found out that group chats between different phones aren't private.
Or encrypted.
Thank you. We only text in code.
Yes, which I created. I created a code.
Yes. Which can be a little annoying.
Wait, was that your attempt at the code?
You already forgot the code, didn't you?
I should have written it down.
The place to safely send messages between different devices. WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
The Medal of Honor is the highest military decoration in the United States. Since it was established in 1861, there have been 3,517 people awarded with the medal. I'm Malcolm Gladwell, and our new podcast from Pushkin Industries and iHeartMedia is about those heroes. Listen to Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, money, MONEY, money. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom. This
about this show over at thenewsjunkie.com, and let's talk about the subject that's on everybody's mind right now. Sabrina, did you watch Twisters this weekend at the box office?
I did not. It is on the queue of life, I suppose, or until it's available for streaming, but it kind of a busy weekend for me. So.
Was it? Yeah.
And also, like, Longlegs was the first movie I'd gone to since Barbie.
And that didn't go well.
And I was like, maybe I should just wait to watch it at home.
Twisters, the sequel to the 1996 disaster epic Twister.
Did you see
it? Not yet. I think we're going to try to see it tonight. Honestly, we couldn't get tickets. We kept looking at the theater that we go to.
Because last we heard from you, the issue was whether or not Courtney wanted to see it.
No, she wants to see it. She does not. She will not watch the 1996 original with me because she says it's stupid. Yeah, I don't know.
You really should.
I don't know. She's like, it's lame. I don't want to watch that.
I'll tell you what, though. I got during the next episode a new Sabby's movie review.
Oh yeah,
it's not a new movie, but Dante's Peak.
That's a great movie.
I watched.
That is such a good movie.
I have words in 30 seconds for you both. Have you seen
That's
it,
like a classic, right? I've heard of it.
I wouldn't call it a classic.
It's not? It's something else.
I don't think they're sending a copy of Dante's Peak to the Library of Congress for preservation.
Dante's Inferno might be what I'm thinking of. That's more
Dante's
of a classic.
Peak is a whole different game.
This one has Linda Hamilton, which from of Terminator fame, and Pierce Brosnan.
Really? Pierce Brosnan in this?
Just wait. That's one you all should definitely watch at home.
The grandmother.
What happens with the grandmother? Don't let me hang it on this right now.
Find out during the next episode, bud.
It's not something kids should watch. It's terrifying.
Oh, man. Yeah. We watched a couple of movies this weekend, and we watched one that made me like, I don't want to sound like a total pussy here, but I'm going to.
Cry?
It made me, I didn't cry. Courtney cried a lot. it made me more emotional than I've been watching a movie in a very long time. And it's not because it was sad necessarily. I'll get into it later. We'll talk about this a little bit later on the show. But quickly now, Twisters, big at the box office, $80 million. That's big money. Pulling in A- on Cinema Score, which is a good score. And they said it's perfect summer entertainment. It cost $155 million to produce. Of course, a lot of money in marketing as well. But if they've already made 80 mil, that's looking pretty good.
CGI Twisters this time, Sean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, last time they used real ones.
Follow around real ones.
I looked into that. I was right. It was real tornadoes. Mm-hmm. You don't have to look any deeper into it yourself. The investigation can stop here. Hey, before I said it, by the way, I said this is going to be a really stupid question. So when I say that, I feel like it's almost it's like me saying with all due respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
listen,
I'm
I
not
get
getting
it, man. My wife thought that for the quote unquote live action Lion King, you know, the updated Lion King, she thought that they trained animals to act out.
I'm sorry, you guys are laughing. You're both laughing. Do you know without a shadow of a doubt that they didn't train at least one of these animals to do this stuff? How do you know this? Have you
seen
talked
behind
to
the
people?
scenes of the Favreau?
That is a very big testament to the CGI artists of that film. Is it
Could have been an animal. Could have been an animal at some point.
Imagine, like, I was one of the artists for Lion King, the quote-unquote live action, or what do they call it, the update? And I just worked on Simba's hair. And they had to make sure that every strand of Simba's hair was blowing,
that's insane.
Independently.
Yeah.
That's
insane.
exhausting.
The new one coming out, I would say it looks good, but I mean, everybody knows what's going to happen, right? The new one about Mufasa, it's like the Titanic. I kind of know where we're heading here.
Well,
I know
you got to have the love story attached to it for it to do well, and the Titanic did well.
Am I going to get some Timon and Pumbaa action? Because if I'm not, I might not even show up. I might not even participate in this. So
back to Twister, though, I'd be curious from people who saw it. I mean, A-, good score. I like that. I'd be curious if you think that we should do what Courtney won't do, is the rewatch. Like, do they do any service to the original that it's worth doing a rewatch? Because I rewatched Coming to America before we watched the sequel.
Yeah.
And I was so glad I did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It made it better? It made the experience better to watch that first?
Yes,
Okay.
because as much as I love Coming to America, there were some things I just frankly forgot about in there. And then when they
it's a funny movie, man.
It's so good. And then when they revisited some of those things in the second one, I was like, glad I watched it. Glad we did that. That was a good idea.
You know what? You know what Courtney did this weekend? We're talking about going to see Twisters 2. All they have is the front row. I'm not doing that. I'm not craning my neck up. I'm not going to do that just to watch this movie. So we're going to try to maybe watch it today. But who's the guy? Who's the star of Twisters?
Is it Glenn
Howard?
Glenn Howard, whatever his name is.
Glenn Powell?
Powell.
Glenn Powell. He was also in that recent romantic comedy with what's-her-face? Sydney Sweeney. And I don't know much about him. That's why I'm kind of heading around the edges here. Courtney goes, he's not even that good looking.
Okay.
And I think to myself, you know what I said to myself? I was like, if she doesn't think he's that good looking.
I was like going to say, usually she doesn't have such high standards.
What does she say about me? If you're looking at this man, like, I can understand that this man is like a movie star, like he's a good looking guy. What?
He's typical.
In
that sense.
I get the industry plant vibes on that guy right now. Like, he came out of nowhere, and all of a sudden, boom, he's in all of these big movies.
I mean, for the longest time, though, he was playing like the goofy, like supporting actor. Like, I've seen him just being the stoner, the douchebag, or the first frat boy that's killed in the movie, and then all of a sudden, yes, he is. Same with Sydney
He's in
Sweeney.
a lot. Yeah.
Like that Hitman movie that did really well. I saw
was
it.
fun.
I thought it was great. And it kind of showed like he's got some chops.
He does.
Technically
He was good in
played
that.
a bunch of characters in that movie.
Yeah, he was good in that movie. If you don't know the movie Hitman with him in it,
Now you
it's
know.
a newer one. Was it on Netflix? Where was that?
I believe so. I think it was Netflix.
He plays the role where he stumbles into accidentally kind of being a fake hitman, and he has to like play up all these different types of hitmen, and it was a good movie.
It was based on a true guy, right?
Yeah, but
it was.
I wormholed into it, and it was like
Me too. Yeah.
The love story is not real.
Yeah, it was
obviously.
not nearly as cool. The movie was very, very cool, but then the true story was not nearly as cool as that.
He was also in Spy Kids 3D Game Over, so that's also worth mentioning. Yeah.
So, yeah, but he has all these like crazy, not so serious roles, and then he plays John Glenn in what was the movie where the girl, Hidden Figures.
Oh, okay. God, he's just been in a lot of stuff out of nowhere. Andrew on YouTube says, saw Twisters yesterday, would 100% watch again. I'm excited for it. Now let's get over to some other stuff. Kevin says, Wasson is a bootlicking Trumper. Well, here we go, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, I'll serve it up for you.
One segment.
Kevin, we were talking about movies.
I'll serve it up on a plate for you. So here's why I'm interested in one particular question right now about all this Biden dropping out stuff. I'm very interested in what happened this weekend. And I have a little bit of information, but you should know that when Biden dropped that letter that was on X/Twitter, C-Lane, along with us, as we were like, is this real? What's happening here? All of his staffers and all of these, they were learning that way. They didn't know ahead of time. I mean, they were learning through that.
I've heard a couple of people talk about the fact that even like a couple hours or so before dropping that letter, the Clintons were endorsing him. I mean, he told nobody, except for maybe some core people who helped him put that out there.
A very small team. So as far as I know.
Which leads me to wonder, like, where were we hearing from last week? Axios or somewhere that was like saying, like, this is the weekend, it's going to happen, he's going to drop out.
Right.
And
there was a couple of outlets that were reporting that.
So it makes me wonder if there are actual Biden staffers, that didn't know it, if there's commercials still running, then who did leak that?
And I'm not sure because it had to be one of like 10 people probably. It's a pretty small group. But my big question is,
the person's going to be out of a job soon anyway, so
yeah,
why
not?
Yeah.
Get a scoop on the way out. My big question is this. So on Friday, Biden is telling everybody, his supporters, the people on his campaign, everybody that will listen to him. He's saying, I am staying in this. I'm in it to win it. I'm the best option for the Democrats. Only God himself can take me out of this race. I am not leaving. On Saturday, same message. Not only the same message, but Biden's team is saying he's going to be out on the campaign trail next week. He's going to be out there whipping up the crowds, and no way in hell is he stepping down. It's not happening.
And Sunday he spoke to God.
Then on Sunday, he comes out.
Did he go to church Sunday morning?
I'm not sure, but at 1:45 p.m., I think, they said he got together with a couple of people. And what's the timestamp on the tweet, Sealand? See if we can find that.
Let's see, x.com.
Because I think they said at 1:45 p.m., he got together with a small group of people, and he was like, that's that. I'm getting out of this. And they put together the letter, released the letter on Twitter, and everybody, including staffers, figured out at that very same time.
It was 1:46 p.m.
Okay, well, so 1:46 was when he posted. It was a couple hours before that when they gathered together and they said, enough's enough, we're throwing in the towel. So my question is, what happened between Saturday and Sunday? What happened with the Biden campaign? And that could lead to a lot of things. It could be that he just was feeling so much pressure and he started to see the polling data that says Kamala's a better option than him. And he legitimately just said, I'm going to step aside and let somebody else take the reins. It could be, and this is pure speculation, but it could be maybe they said, let's do one of these cognitive tests. Let's have a doctor, a professional, a non-biased person
while he has COVID
with the president. They could have arranged this and see how he performs on this, and we'll go by the results of that. It could be various things, but something must have kicked them from stubborn, not leaving, not going, staying here through hell or high water.
I think it's time, man. It's just like they, of course it's being referenced, the last president to do something like this, and that was what, Lyndon B. Johnson?
A long time ago, yeah.
And
Kamala Harris was 3 the last time this happened.
Oh, my God.
That's so nuts to me. And you think about, we were just last weekend, the breaking news and all we talked about last Monday, a week ago, was the assassination attempt.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, where's that train going to go? Or do we really put our gear into sixth place, as they say, the phrase, and make a decision right now? Because time is ticking. Time will fly by and it will be November already. DNC's coming up in what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yeah. It's all starting to fall in line. And I see some reinvigoration, I would say, among some Democrats that I've been watching and seeing their reactions to this. They seem to be like,
it was
all
hard
right,
to defend what was going on.
Yeah. We're heading in a different direction. They think it's a better direction. Here's one of the things I don't get right now. So I've watched a lot of the reaction from the left and some of the people crying on television and stuff. And from the right, I've seen a lot of people coalesce behind an even weirder idea to me. And that idea is, they're like, this is a coup, right? This was a coup. They bullied Biden out of office. The Democrat establishment
bullied Biden out of office. Everybody's been bullying Biden.
They did a pressure campaign for sure, but he could have resisted that. He could have said, I'm staying the course. He did not have to back down to that. It seems like he made that decision on his own. And certainly, the pressure leads to a more of a pressure cooker situation for him. But the idea that it's a coup is super weird to me. And here's why. What were Republicans just pushing for? Literally, not even after the debate, before that, for years, they've been saying that Joe Biden should step aside because he's cognitively impaired. And then after the debate, they're like, he needs to run down his election campaign right now and step aside because he's not cognitively able to do this. And then he does that, and it's like, well, it's a coup. And you're like, wait, wasn't this the same exact outcome that you were pushing for to begin with? It's like my mom trying to get me to apologize for something, and then when I apologize for something, she's like, that's not good enough. It's a very weird thing to go, I demand you stop your campaign. I demand you stop your campaign. Okay, I'll stop my campaign. Oh, my God, it's a coup. This is the same exact outcome that you would have been at regardless of how this went. The only difference is now, of course, you have some people who are saying if he's not fit to run for the next 4 years and if he's winding down his campaign, then he should resign from the presidency as well. And I'm not going to say anything anymore. I'm not going to say I don't think that's going to happen. I have no idea what's going to happen in the next 5-6 months.
Do you think that should happen, though?
No.
I think it's dumb. I think, first of all, there's not that much time left.
Yeah,
honestly.
He's in cruise control.
He's got a lot of people working for him, planning out his phone calls, and then, doing the phone call before the phone call.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the people that are calling for that, some of them have based reasons and some of them have stupid reasons. But I think a lot of them, I just go, well, you got what you wanted. So, you give him mouse a cookie, he wants milk to drink now. You got Biden is out of the race. Just let him finish being president.
He's in the part of his term right now where nothing really happens. The only thing that could happen is we could get some more big surprises. And
he's gonna pardon Hunter and then be done.
I would put high odds on that Hunter gets pardoned. I would put high odds on that because he's sacrificed this next term, and I would think that there was a good chance that could happen.
I would do it just to
spite. Pardons Trump. That's a plot twist.
I don't know. I don't know if that one's going to happen. But I also think it could happen that you would have a Supreme Court retirement before the end of Biden's term. And that way they would think if we do get another Trump term, we don't lose yet another seat on the Supreme Court, right? Because that's a big deal, obviously. So the next 6 months are going to be super interesting and really, really intense. But to me, a coup it is not. It's just, it was like reality crashing down on Biden and all of the people who were really, really ardent supporters of him. And he just cracked at the end and said, we got to do something different here.
I mean, aren't you glad that they did that debate as early as they did? Remember, they were going, a debate before the conventions? You don't even know.
Will there be another debate?
Who's officially, one would hope so.
My money says
Doubt
no.
it.
My money says no. And I think Trump might go with, why would I debate this person? She's not even the person people were voting for. She was pushed
saying
in.
that it will be easier to beat Kamala than it will be Biden.
No, but on the specific thing of will they debate, I think they're going to they're going to angle this thing like this is not even a legitimate person for me to debate. Joe Biden was the nominee. He was the guy. And this is all like some corrupt nonsense that's happening right now. That's my gut. What my gut tells me. Maybe we see that. That would be interesting. I'd like to see that.
How's it corrupt?
I don't know. Everybody's throwing around words, C-Lane. The words flying everywhere. We got our friend Amy Caulfield joining us soon. We're running a little bit behind right now. When we come back, I want to hit on another front entirely that, believe it or not, includes Taco Bell. It'll make sense.
All right.
I promise. It'll make sense. We'll get into some of your dispatches, and we'll continue on. A very busy show today. That's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Monday forecast. And for today, it will be hot and humid. Afternoon highs well into the mid-90s with a high of 95 in Orlando, but it feels like temperature right around 106. So be sure to stay cool and stay hydrated. We also expect some showers and storms this afternoon. These will mainly stay west of Orlando and west of the I-4 corridor. Also, be prepared for lower air quality due to the Saharan dust. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A., copyright 2024.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're seeing the unseeable. Using advanced imaging technology, our experts can look deeper into the human body, uncovering the smallest of details that would otherwise go unnoticed, leading to more accurate diagnoses and treatments. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Zero Foxtrot isn't just a brand, it's a way of life. Founded and operated by veterans, Zero Foxtrot's unique apparel and gear echoes the grit of the warrior culture. Zero Foxtrot dedicates itself to producing content, honoring the sacrifices of forgotten heroes of the past, and connecting history to the present. Embark on a journey with Zero Foxtrot today at zerofoxtrot.com. It's not merely our products, it's about the ethos that we embody. Rugged, resilient, and timeless.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-954-3322. 800-954-3322. 800-954-3322.
Another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny final expense insurance.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart
Your Insurance Super App. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
This July, celebrate America's independence with a fresh view from Renewal by Anderson. Hi, this is Chelsea. Right now, buy any 4 windows or patio doors and get the 5th free. Plus, enjoy 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Our custom-built, energy-efficient windows and doors will enhance the beauty and value of your home. Visit rbafla.com to schedule your complimentary design consultation. Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Restrictions apply. License number CGC 1527613. Visit rbafla.com for details.
Small business owners, we know finishing your to-do list can feel like rowing upstream. But it's a river, a whitewater river, and the only paddles you have are pool noodles. Then when a new to-do pops up, you're like, nope, I'm already rowing upstream with these pool noodle paddles. At Progressive, we don't want to make your day any harder. That's why we make it easy to get personalized discounts with a commercial auto insurance quote online. So your to-do list is smooth sailing. See if you can save on commercial auto insurance in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverages and discounts not available in all states and subject to policy terms and underwriting.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening.
Joining us soon. But before all that, I have a question for the two of you, Sabrina and C-Lane, and everybody else, all right? This is going to be, there are no wrong answers, all right? There are no wrong answers. I just want to hear what your decision would be in this circumstance, and then why, all right? Not political. This is not a political thing, at least as far as I see. Let's just jump into the time machine real quick, all right? Here we go. We're not going far back in time. It's like a week ago, yeah.
Oh,
so,
okay.
You now own a. Actually, we don't need to go in the time machine. Let's go back. Let's go back to the current time. I'm sorry. We don't need to go in the time. I'm sorry. We don't need to go in the time machine. All right. Back to present day. Instead of using the time machine.
Can we go back in time again?
Just one more time, please.
Accidentally fired up. What we need to use is magic. We have to use our
So
magic.
many machines.
I know. Where is our magic, though, is the big question. That's truly... All
Every
right.
day, 11 to 3.
Okay. Boom. You guys both own a restaurant right now, okay? It's like a fast food restaurant.
Competing,
You
or
are
we
in charge.
both happen to own restaurants?
You just both happen to own restaurants, okay? And I'm asking this for a reason. It's leading into something. You have to make one of the following choices.
Okay.
All of your staff at your fast food restaurant that you own, all of your staff has to either be teenagers or boomers. Teenagers or all boomers have to run the staff of this fast food restaurant that you have. And why?
Are they happy?
Well, that's going to be
Or
up
do
to
I
you.
run a
and your
crappy
business.
restaurant?
That's up to you. You're the business owner here, but you have to choose what group you're going with. And there's no like in between. You have to be all teenagers or all boomers that are running this. And then why would they be better?
C-Lane, do you have your answer already?
I think teenagers.
Interesting. Why?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I think teenagers too. I think they have more energy and spirit, and they are more technologically savvy than boomers are. And I think an army of teenagers, if you have the right atmosphere at work and everybody's like happy and, you know, things are working out, can be more effective, sorry, boomers, than an army of oldos. I think that the younger folks would be a better fit. But it's pretty close in my mind. And it could be that you could get a staff of boomers that might work too, depending on the place.
I mean, my answer was going to be boomers, to be completely honest. And as someone who has a lot of experience in the service industry and humbled by it. I have worked with boomers, and as long as the restaurant is running smoothly, and I wouldn't weigh in as far as my hypothetical restaurant on technology. I would just go to the nitty-gritty of good food and good service. I'd rely more on boomers.
Would you at all feel weird about bossing around people who are all older than you by a significant amount?
No, by no means.
You wouldn't feel, I would feel kind of weird about that. I don't know. That would seem strange to me. Like, I'm in charge of an army of old people, and I just like at the helm yelling at them or something. I feel like that would be a little bit weird. The reason I bring this up is because there is a new place where both the old and young can join together for an early retirement community, courtesy of our friends at Taco Bell. That's right. Taco Bell is opening an early retirement community so adults can live Moss, they say. The Cantina.
I want to live Moss.
Is the name of this place. And I say normalize Taco Bell retirement.
Cantina?
The cantinas, like they have
like
the Taco Bell cantina. Yes. And so what they're actually doing is this 2-day thing where everybody can experience what it's like to live at a retirement resort run by Taco Bell. But I would say this. If you went to Sabrina's point, we have a lot of people who end up in a financial bind when they get older. This is real dystopian what I'm about to serve up to you, but just deal with it. And when they get to retirement age, they go, uh-oh, I haven't saved any money. You know, I'm screwed here. What am I going to do about this? And if we had Taco Bell retirement communities, the old people who are retiring could work at the Taco Bell, keep that thing up and running, generate some income, and the Taco Bell would in turn, they would provide a little community for these folks to live in. I think this could be a win-win for everybody. But that's only if the boomers are good staffers. That would be the biggest problem that we face.
There are a lot of boomers in the restaurant industry.
Yeah.
It's just, most places that you're a regular for, it's like 1 or 2. But they've been there for years, and they don't take no BS.
And they love it. Yeah.
And they know their way around all of it, but don't mess with them. And I could see, then again, like, if there's 6 of them on one shift, does that change? Now who's in charge? Now who's been doing it
now they're all
this long?
fighting each other. They're so set in their ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the older you get, the more set in your ways you are. So some of this could be problematic.
I'll go robots. Third option you didn't give.
That's probably what's actually going to happen. That's the unfortunate thing. The Cantina is a 2-day event inspired by senior living for people 21 and over. The weekend getaway will offer a taste of laid-back living and host low-impact activities so attendees of different ages can experience a retirement lifestyle, they say.
Is it a place to live indefinitely, or is this just a place you like visit?
No, it's only for 2 days. It's only for 2 days.
I was going to say, it sounds like a Taco Bell's trying to get in on the Margaritaville
that's
places.
what they should do. They should get into that territory. Live Moss sounds good with that. They have painting classes, knitting circles, old school games, pickleball, croquet, an elevated dining experience with Taco Bell menu items, this says.
So I love they opened up a club that seems to still be up and running, at least locally.
Mm-hmm.
I've yet to talk to someone who's been into the club of Taco Bell, and now they're like, let's go to the complete opposite end of the spectrum.
Yes.
Let me know where that Taco Bell daycare is going to pop up.
All in the name of self-promotion. They will do anything for a little bit of self-promotion for the Taco Bell brand.
Is that place like clubby? Like, do they have like...
They said they had a DJ.
They have a DJ?
They do stuff like that at the Taco Bell cantinas.
That's so odd.
Yeah, the one in Vegas really ramps that stuff up.
I think I've been to the one in Vegas, and it didn't feel like...
It's not shockingly different. It's just like a bigger, loungier style Taco Bell.
That has alcohol.
That has alcoholic options. Yeah. Okay, quick break. When we come back, our friend Amy Caulfield joins us to discuss everything happening in the world. After that, we'll get to more of what's going to happen next. You got Joe Biden dropping out. What happens? Who's going to be the vice presidential nominee? I've got the names. We'll talk about that and everything else you need to know. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Casino passes for the 2024 Just Call Mo Real Radio Celebrity Poker Tournament are still available. Go to realradio.fm/poker for more info.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's still delays on I-4 eastbound between US 27 and after State Road 429 between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. 2 right lanes are blocked on US 27 southbound at Citrus Ridge Road due to an accident. Authorities are still working on that accident on Apopka Vineland Road northbound before I-4 at Meadow Creek Drive. Watch out for that one. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Get immersed in new worlds and ideas with Audible. Explore an incredible selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals, all in one easy app. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
Summer is here.
Things are heating up. Literally.
Need help paying that AC bill? Well, Real Radio is giving you a chance to win $1,000 by putting $1,000 in your hand. You know the deal with our national contest. We'll give you a keyword at the top of every hour from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., and all you have to do is enter it on our website at realradio.fm for your chance to win. 13 chances every weekday, blah, blah, blah. We want you to win, so if you get a call, make sure you answer your phone, because that's the key to winning. This contest is brought to you locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Do you have an idea for an invention or new product and don't know what to do next? Inventors, InventHelp can help you get started with your idea. Call 1-800-INVENTION or go to InventHelp.com to get your free inventor's information. They can help you try to patent your idea and submit it to companies. Get started with your idea today at InventHelp.com. InventHelp is the leading invention service company. With offices nationwide, they've been helping inventors since 1984. Inventors receive more than 10,000 patents through their patent referral services. Don't wait to get started with your idea. For free information, contact your friends at InventHelp. Go to InventHelp.com or call 1-800-INVENTION. That's InventHelp.com or call 1-800-INVENTION. They help everyday inventors just like you. Additional services include invention websites, prototype models, technical drawings, and more. They keep your idea confidential and explain every step of their invention services. Remember, that's InventHelp.com. InventHelp.com.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E.
Join us in Mount Dora on Saturday, July 27th at downtown Sunset Park for Last Call Mount Dora, presented by Century 21 Spouses with Houses Realty. Enjoy live music performed by the Johnny Morgan Band, street entertainment, food and beverages, and fireworks at dusk. School supply donations are encouraged and will support Mount Dora Public Schools. Event begins at 5 p.m. and is free to the public. For more information, visit cityofmountdora.com. Brought to you by the City of Mount Dora, Advent Health Waterman, and Visit Lake.
Hey there, it's Russ Rollins. I'm talking to all the homeowners out there who are tired of staring at their cold swimming pools. It's time to stop wasting money on a pool that you can't use. With Solar Source, you can enjoy your pool year-round like I do. Top 5 things Solar Source customers do after solar heating their pools? Well, spend time with your family. Go nighttime swimming. You got movie nights in the pool. You got water workouts and much more. Friends of mine, friends of Russ Rollins, can save big money when scheduling a free consultation today at solarsource.com/monsters. Don't wait any longer. Start enjoying your pool again with Solar Source.
The Medal of Honor is the highest military decoration in the United States. Since it was established in 1861, there have been 3,517 people awarded with the medal. I'm Malcolm Gladwell, and our new podcast from Pushkin Industries and iHeartMedia is about those heroes. Listen to Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people. Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage. Navage. Breathe easy. Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people. Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage. Navage. Breathe easy.
Hey, Cam, mind sending me over our new Wi-Fi password?
Oh, sorry, Mitch, you can't be trusted. What? It's your phone. It's different than mine.
Cam! And I thought I was a judgy one.
No, it's just messages between different devices aren't encrypted.
Okay. Since when do you know about encryption?
I know what encryption is, and it's because I'm the last line of defense against any would-be Wi-Fi thieves.
Cam, come on.
Okay, fine. I'll send it somewhere more private.
Thank you.
Safely send messages between different devices. On WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BANK. B-A-N-K. Bank. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
Great season of Veep. Yeah, unfortunately, nobody would have believed it, though. If that was the storyline on any kind of TV show, they'd be like,
Doesn't mean they wouldn't have liked it, though. I loved Designated Survivor, and that was very, very
true
out there.
Now, they did, there's a clip going around from Veep in which some of the storyline matches.
Oh, really?
Where-
I'm seeing so much of that, like the Simpsons predicted it kind of storylines.
Oh, yeah.
Coming out of all of this. But it is Monday. That means it is time for our very favorite person, Amy Caulfield to Fox 35. There she is. Uh-oh.
Hey, guys.
Oh,
Mondays in a row.
Did you freeze like that? Oh, there you go. Okay. You were frozen in the greatest face ever.
Can you see me now?
Yeah, we got you. We got you loud and
Okay.
clear. All right.
Okay, good.
And your fun friend in the background. Hey.
Obviously.
Can you see everybody?
Yeah. Obviously, a very big weekend news-wise. Did you have to get rushed into the station, or what happened with
Oh my
the
gosh,
news
not
driving?
this weekend. No, and you guys, last weekend I came in right after the bowling event, and I worked Saturday night, and then turned around and worked the show Sunday morning.
Yeah.
So I didn't get a chance to come in this weekend, which was probably a good thing. I just needed a weekend a little bit more chill.
Yeah.
So we did have John Brown came in last night. He anchored our late coverage. It happened in the afternoon. It's just hard to do that turnaround to anchor that night and then turn around and anchor the next morning. So
yeah, plus you're
all good.
You're, moving 900 miles an hour. You always got something on your agenda. You need a day to rest, for God's sake.
I'm telling you. And then you know what I did last night?
What?
I went to the Zach Bryan concert.
Oh,
and then I didn't get home
really?
until like midnight, and then had to turn around and come back this morning. So that
Okay.
was interesting too. But
So-
it was so fun.
If you got home late from the Zach Bryan concert, explain something to me, because there was a post that I saw and I'm not very familiar with Zach Bryan. I've never seen him. I don't really listen to him. But there's a post that I saw from the Kia Center's official Instagram account this morning
Yeah.
that showed what looked to be the banjo player passing out on stage. And they made
yeah.
a joke
But,
about it.
Yeah, he was fine. They did it as a joke. So this was like at the very end. So they had the encore, and then the band came back out, and can we just get rid of the encore thing? It drives me crazy.
True.
It's like the lights don't come on. Everybody knows the band's coming back. I don't understand why we have to play this game. That just made us sit in the park. You know what I mean?
People are going to go against you on that take, and you are absolutely right, Amy Caulfield. You are absolutely right. It's like
I just don't get it.
Give me the presentation. Just give it all to me, and then when you're done, we're like, okay, you're done. Thanks. Good job. Right. I
Exactly.
agree.
I don't understand. So they were doing the encore. That's the point where Zach introduces everybody in the band, and the banjo player did that as a joke. But I'm not kidding when I tell you that I elbowed my husband and was like, "Oh my gosh, is that guy having a seizure? Is he okay? Do you think he's okay?" Because everybody was in on the joke that he was kind of passing out or whatever on stage and shaking.
I sent you a link to the Instagram post, Sean, so you can pull it up. But
I've seen it 4 times on TikTok, and every time I watch it, I'm like, oh God, this happened. And then you realize it's a bit.
Yeah. Okay. But before you realize
it's a scary bit, though.
Before you know that it's a bit, you're like, the Kia Center's making fun of this dude. Because it says how we feel when the concert is over.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're having to revive the banjo player.
Yeah, there's a security guy or somebody who's holding on to him as he's pretending to pass out.
And look, I think since I've seen this, they edited the caption because it says, "Don't worry, this is a part of the show."
It didn't say that before?
It didn't, because there were some people in the comments that are like, "Is this real? Are you serious, Kia Center?"
Oh God, yeah.
Do they do that? I don't know. Now I'm curious. Does the guy do that every show? Because now I would think that at some point, really, he does, Sabrina. That's
but no
weird.
one has I don't know. I'm surprised Zach has not said hey, this is just part of it. But maybe the whole point is that everyone's surprised.
Yeah, but it seems like a weird way to surprise people.
Even the person who knew about it in the comments said it was part of the set. He's weirdly done this several times.
Oh no, he just keeps doing it.
Yeah,
they're like, oh,
he's an attention getter.
We let him. So we see this news come across. There's tons of speculation beforehand. We talked about this happening this weekend on the show on Friday, and then Biden kind of weirdly puts a note out on Twitter/X. I say weirdly because, as we were discussing earlier, it wasn't on the White House letterhead or Office of Joe Biden letterhead. It was literally just looked like somebody worked something up in Microsoft Word, and then he signed it, and then it was the dominoes were just falling from there. And a lot has happened in a short period of time, but it looks like things are lining up for Kamala Harris to take over the funds, because I believe if it's Kamala Harris who gets all the delegates, it's an easier transition of the funds over to her.
That's correct.
Since she was part of the ticket, and as opposed to somebody who would be new coming in. So that's one big benefit for her.
Right.
And she's out there now, trying to. She's got a lot of work in front of her in the next, 4 or 5 months here, and I'm sure already it's insane in her world, just spinning around in circles over there.
Yeah, no, you're right, Sean. So, basically, what has to happen in order for her to secure the nomination, she has to get nearly 2,000 delegates to endorse her. So right now she has about 500. She's also raised about $50 million since the time that President Biden made that announcement, right? And the time that he said he wants to put all of his eggs in the Kamala Harris basket.
Yeah.
I think one of the bigger talkers, and at least for us here locally in Central Florida, and of course people all over know who John Morgan is, but have you guys talked about John Morgan and what he said last night on Twitter?
We haven't talked about it, but I saw it. He does not think she's going to win.
Okay.
No, So he came out on Twitter last night, and I'm going to have to paraphrase a little bit because, but he says, you have to be enthusiastic or hoping for a political appointment to be asking friends for money. I am neither, and it's others' turn. It's others' turn now. The donors holding the $90 million can release those funds in the morning. It's all yours. You can keep my $1 million and good luck. And then before that, he tweeted basically that he used the F word in some creative language.
He loves to use the F word.
But he basically said that by Biden choosing Harris, that was the president's way of kind of giving everybody the FU. And he said, because he said, you get what you deserve. And then he tagged several folks in the media, including Joe Scarborough from Morning Joe, MSNBC, and some other folks. He said Joe Biden's endorsement of Kamala is his, as I just mentioned, FU to all those who pushed him out. So he feels like that, I don't know. I mean, obviously he's not a fan.
He's suggesting that Biden did this to go, okay, this is what you want. And then when you don't win, don't come back looking at me. Like this was something that he did to show or to teach a lesson to the folks who were trying to push him out. Who knows if that's the case? I mean, there's
we don't know.
Let's
we don't
see
know.
what
But,
happens
I mean,
next
I
week.
think, yeah, right. I mean, and that's gosh, Sabrina, I mean, I just feel like it has just been this nonstop news cycle. And even if you take politics out of it, right? If you take out the assassination attempt, you take out Biden dropping out of the race, you have this like Microsoft CrowdStrike meltdown on Friday.
That was
that we are still talking about this morning
that thing
because
is lingering.
there are it's awful. And there are still major problems. Pete Buttigieg was tweeting late last night about Delta, saying that Delta is having some very poor customer service through this, and he's asking Delta to step up. And I mean, I'm hearing from viewers this morning who are still stuck in other parts of the country and have no idea how they're going to get home because it's the domino effect. It's just crazy.
Yeah, let's like bring that down for people who don't understand exactly what's going on. So about 1 million plus computers went down as a result of an update pushed out by a software company called CrowdStrike. And they do like antivirus stuff for corporations and things. So it didn't necessarily impact a lot of everyday regular people, but companies use this to maintain security on their computers. And though we forget it sometimes, computers run everything. Like when you go to the airport, for instance, and you look at that screen and see where all the times are with the planes coming in, that's a computer that's running that, right? And like, so all these things went wild with errors, and it shut down a whole bunch of stuff. And it was a big deal. It was actually a pretty big deal.
Did you see
and like
that
you said,
map, like of the flights going out, and it was obviously like time lapse, but when everything stopped. And it was like the entire map of the United States was covered in planes. And then they all dispersed and tried to figure it out. And to think that people are still so delayed or waiting on their flight home is insane to me.
Right. Yeah. And you also get like, of course, if you have a day where a lot of flights are canceled, that spills over into the next day and the next day where they try to play catch up and stuff. To go back to what you were talking about, Amy, about Kamala Harris, to dumb this down for people, just to make it kind of simple, because I think a lot of people don't quite understand this. When Amy says that Kamala Harris is going around and trying to amass over 2,000 delegates, we're talking about people. These are people, and they're elected officials. Some of them are what they call super delegates, which would be former presidents and people like that.
Super delegate.
And what's supposed to happen is you have all these primaries where you vote, and then the delegates are supposed to take the results of those primaries and then throw their support behind the candidate that gets the most votes. But they don't have to, right? So like in this case, they'll, instead of saying we're going to throw our delegates behind Joe Biden, they'll say we're going to give the delegates to Kamala Harris, and then on we go from there. So Kamala Harris is actually on the phone with people saying, can I get your support? Can you pledge your delegate vote to me? And those sorts of things are happening behind the scenes.
Correct. Yeah. And so all of that will culminate with the Democratic National Convention, which is slated for Chicago this year. It's supposed to start like third week of August. And it'll be very much like the RNC, but different, because the RNC, as you guys know, everybody was behind, nominee Trump. And then they made the big announcement about J.D. Vance. We're going to go into the DNC not knowing potentially, unless she's able to secure all of those delegates by the time they get there, but that's when they make it official. We're not going to know probably who our candidate's going to be on the DNC side, on the Democratic side. And then, of course, who will she pick as her vice presidential candidate? That's going to be interesting, too. And so a lot of names have been floated out. A lot of governor names have been floated out. Gretchen Whitmer, Josh Shapiro, Beshear of Kentucky, Gavin Newsom.
Have you guys heard the Obama thing? Is that like...
Are you talking about Michelle or Barack? Because Barack can't.
Barack cannot.
Yeah, no, he's done.
After serving presidency, cannot be vice president.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
So
no, he's done.
interesting.
But Michelle
That was the
Obama's name has been floated a lot.
Within hours, they're like, Barack's going to be VP. We're going to get this one. Let's do it. Spread the fake news.
And the funny thing about that is every single time we get in a position like this, people are like, Michelle Obama's name is being floated around there. And they'll say, look at how high she polls. She actually polls much better than Kamala Harris. But the one thing that gets in the way is Michelle Obama's undying desire to not do anything with politics right now.
Right.
She just seems to have zero interest.
It's
in
actually kind of impressive how high she polls with this, knowing that she doesn't have any desire to do it.
Yeah, and maybe those things are
Maybe that's
interconnected.
why.
Yeah, but they keep going like, look at this, you're polling us out. Nah, nope. No interest in
That's not what
stressing
my
myself
husband
out.
went through.
Right, yeah. And she's been through that and then some, I'm sure. They seem to be enjoying themselves, which good for them, for God's sake, you know?
Yeah. I mean, 8 years is a long time to run a country. And I mean, you think about, I remember the age progression that people would be like, talk about when Obama took office by the time he left, you know, and his hair was gray. I mean, it's a lot. Oh, and they were trying to raise teenagers while they were in the White House too, which is, that's a whole nother level of stress.
Yeah. It's like you could not be more under the microscope than to be that person. I always think about it like this. If I go on air and I say something controversial or whatever, some people get mad about it. Some people might tweet at me or email. I don't really get a ton of that stuff, but it could happen, right? The president is just literally getting a fire hose of that at all hours of the day, every day, ever, no matter what. Like, no matter if you're doing a great job or not, it's just that, who would want that stress?
It's a lot. Speaking of stress, I don't know if you guys have been watching the Kimberly Cheadle being questioned on Capitol Hill this morning, but wow.
Yeah. So there was a lot of... so you have the head of the Secret Service. She's being questioned by Congress. They're doing their whole grandstanding thing. And she is not answering many questions.
A lot of dodging.
A lot of dodging of the questions, and dodging under the guise of like, this is the Secret Service. We're not allowed to tell you these things. And you could hear
if
the
I could tell you, it would just be the service.
Right. You hear the groans of the people who are trying to question her, like, oh my God, another question she won't answer. So that was
some of the basic questions, Sean, and I think this is where the frustration is coming in. And this is both Republicans and Democrats who are questioning her, and they're both kind of going at her full throttle. I mean, no one is really, has kid gloves on. But one of the basic questions that was being asked by Jim Jordan was that there's discussion from Secret Service that apparently the Trump camp had asked for additional agents to accompany him to these events, and that those requests were denied. And so Jim Jordan's question was, is that true? And how many times were you asked and then denied? And so basic questions that you would think she would have been prepared to answer. She did not have answers for those questions. And it wasn't under the guise of, I can't tell you, it's a secret. It was that she didn't have that information in front of her.
Yeah. I think she's got a pretty tall order in front of her, because anybody can see that something very, very much went wrong here. Anybody could watch the Trump rally, and the evidence is the gunshot in his ear, the Trump supporter who died, the other two who were injured. We could see that there was a major security lapse and somebody screwed up. And then someone has to go before Congress to take all those questions. So it's like an impossible task, but she didn't seem to be handling it very well.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how long the question goes on. It's still going on right now. So I don't know if they're planning on taking this. I know they said that they would tackle it this week. So I don't know how many days of this, or I mean, I'm not sure that she could, appear day after day for this. But as long as they have questions, we'll see what happens. So that is probably going to be the big focus in Washington today. That and what's going to happen with the Democratic Party.
Yeah, it's been interesting to watch all of this. And it's been like historic, wild stuff week after week here. And we still got a lot of, well, not a lot, but we still got a bunch of time before people start voting here. By the way,
I watched, by the way, you guys, just because it's fascinating. I watched Hillbilly Elegy this weekend.
Oh, yeah?
Have any of you seen it or read the book? Or okay.
I know of it.
It's fascinating.
And I remember when the story got everybody's attention and it was in the news cycle before J.D. Vance was like, like a politician. So I'm familiar with it. But is it good? It seems like it might be real sad.
It is disturbing. I mean, when you see what he went through as a child, and Hollywood takes some liberties, right? When they put stories into a film, and so I'm not sure how historically accurate it is. I know that he was an executive producer on the film. It's disturbing. It is certainly eye-opening about how he grew up and what he was exposed to as a child, and the violence and the drug use. And so he grew up in Middletown, Ohio, which is not too far from like Cincinnati, Dayton, sort of like the southwest corner. But his whole family was from Eastern Kentucky. And so he talks about how those were really his family roots were in Appalachia and Eastern Kentucky. He grew up very poor. His mother was a drug addict. His grandmother essentially is the one who raised him. And it just kind of goes through his whole childhood and then how he ended up at Ohio State and Yale. It doesn't really get into his political career at all. It really kind of stops with, his military service and then, going to college. But it is very eye-opening.
Yeah, it's like he broke the chains and got out of this poor, impoverished, drug-riddled household. And then the ending was, and I made it to a prestigious university. Now he's gone past that, and he's possibly going to be the vice president of the United States with a president who can only serve one term, and then who gets pushed up after that. It could go all the way for him, but people are getting to know him a lot, I think, over the last week or so. We'll see how people react to JD Vance. Always a pleasure to talk to you.
Thanks,
you are
you guys.
the best out there. Amy Caulfield of Fox 35. There she is. And with all the uncertainty out there and everything happening, you need a place that you can trust that's going to shoot you straight and keep you up to date with all the stuff and how it's going to impact your life. That's what Amy does with the crew at Good Day Orlando. No matter where you're listening to this show, I would suggest you tune in. You can go to fox35orlando.com or just watch the crew every morning. And Amy, we'll see you next week.
Love you guys.
All right,
Love you.
there
Have a
she
great
goes.
week.
Amy Caulfield. She's the best. And
Lots
when
of
we
yoga.
return, we've got yoga. Oh, is that going to keep us calm through all of this?
I mean, I
don't
feel
know.
like if there's anyone who knows what it's like, it's Amy Caulfield to just not get a second before it's having to talk about some sort of breaking news. So
No,
breathing
it's been
exercises.
hot and heavy so far. All right, when we come back, we've got some emails to tackle. We'll get into who will be the vice president under a potential Kamala Harris ticket here. And also, I want to tell you about that movie that almost cracked through my rough exterior and pulled a tear from my eye this weekend, and why I liked it. We'll talk about that. It's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for a bit of delays on I-75 northbound, just getting off that Florida's Turnpike exit. There's also an accident on Florida's Turnpike southbound between exit 289 and exit 285. The right lane is blocked there. There's a couple earlier accidents to keep an eye out for. US 27 southbound at Citrus Ridge Road and Apopka Vineland Road northbound just before I-4 there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida Maitland Emergency. HCA Florida Maitland Emergency, located just south of Maitland Boulevard on Forest City Road, is now open 24/7. Visit HCAFloridaHealthcare.com to learn more. This emergency department is part of Oviedo Medical Center. This is not an urgent care center. Its services are billed at hospital rates.
The Florida Hometown Heroes program for down payment assistance has been funded with $100 million as of July 1st. This gives all eligible first-time home buyers or those that have not owned a home for the past 3 years and all veterans and active duty military a down payment assistance fund up to $35,000. Find out today if you're eligible for this money by starting your pre-approval application at thatmortgageguydawn.com. Don't wait too long. That money goes fast. So work with someone that you can trust that has your best interest in mind by going to thatmortgageguydawn.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydawn.com.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Hey there, homeowners. Russ Rollins here. Are you tired of staring at a cold, unused pool? It's time to make a change. Spring is the perfect time to add solar heat to your pool and enjoy it year-round. Solar Source customers, they enjoy family time, nighttime pool parties, movie nights, birthdays, and even low-impact workouts. Don't let your pool be a monthly expense with no enjoyment. Schedule a free consultation from solarsource.com/monsters. Remember, friends of Russ Rollins save even more money.
Tired of taking allergy pills every day to treat your allergies? Aspire Allergy and Sinus has helped thousands, including me, who spent years suffering before finally doing something. Like Aaron, most migraines were alleviated almost immediately after a sinus surgery with Aspire. Or Julie, who didn't even realize it was allergy season because she felt so much better after taking her allergy drops. Fixing your allergies are easier than you think it is. Go to AspireAllergy.com to set your appointment today. That's AspireAllergy.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
The final countdown begins. Team USA is headed to Paris, and iHeartRadio is the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. It's the only way to listen to exclusive NBC play-by-play action of the games, plus NBC's top Olympic moments and live hourly updates from Paris. Bring the Summer Games with you everywhere you go. Download the free iHeart app now and enable push notifications for live updates from Paris. Only on iHeartRadio, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
A1Garage.com. A1 from day one.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, bank. B-A-N-K. Bank. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at...
You, if you're new around here, just sit back, enjoy yourself, and if you give us a chance, I think you'll enjoy. Learn more about the show. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com right now. We'll get into some emails real quick. But I was telling you guys, I watched a movie this weekend. I think it's a new movie, and it tugged at all of my strings, heart and otherwise.
Marley and Me.
And it was sadder to me than Marley and Me, and stuck with me for different reasons. Marley and Me was just sad because the dog dies. Spoiler alert.
Never watch that.
I'll never forget.
Respectfully, I will never, ever watch it.
I told the story so long ago.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
About taking Dylan to see Marley and Me because I just thought it was a movie about a dog. He was a little kid, and when the dog dies in the movie, he turned to me in the theater and he goes, "Why would you take me to see this?" And I was like, "I'm sorry, I didn't know, I didn't do the research."
Same reaction to My Dog Skip.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the last animal movie I believe I've watched without, with knowing that there's a main character animal.
Yeah.
And it was my mom and my 2 siblings, and we all were sobbing, like audibly sobbing. And then
Why
as
they
soon
gotta
as we
make them
got
so
home,
sad?
we hugged all our animals like, you're never gonna die. You're never gonna die.
This kind of did that to me in a different way. So there's a movie that I think just came out, but C-Lane can check this after I say the name of it. It's called Thelma. And I don't know if it's on your radar at all because I hadn't heard anything about it. Just Thelma. And
it was this year.
It's the cutest movie.
There was one in 2017 too. So
no, this is the newer one.
All right.
The one from this year. It's called Thelma, and I know this is going to sound weird, but I would say a good comparison is like Superbad with old people. Okay,
but
it's not
sad.
That's not exactly what it is, but it's kind of like Superbad with old people. The way this movie starts is you have this sweet old lady. She's in her 90s. And she does a great job in this role. And she's
Can I take a shot at what her name is?
I forgot. But you know,
it's Thelma, dude. Come on.
Oh yeah, it is Thelma. It is Thelma. I forgot.
Tugging at the heartstrings.
Here's the thing. I didn't remember the name of the movie. I had to have Courtney text me what it was because I never know. You guys know how I do this. I just sit down. She goes, "I got a movie for us," and I go, "What?" And she hits play, and then next thing, I wasn't a big run up. So Thelma is this old lady, and she's in her 90s, and it starts with her getting a phone call. And in the phone call, she hears her grandson, and he's like, I'm in big trouble. I'm in jail. There was an accident, and my attorney is going to be calling you. And another phone starts ringing. He's like, that's my attorney. Pick that up. And then the attorney calls and gets her to write a check for $10,000 and drop it in the mail and send it to his P.O. box. And the entirety of the movie is this 90-something-year-old lady who's not super mobile or anything, trying, and she cannot be stopped, from trying to get her money back so she doesn't feel dumb about being scammed. And it shows a lot of the life of elderly people inside, like, assisted living facilities, and it makes you think about like how there's an expiration date on your life, and oh man, it's really hard to explain. But when you're watching,
you're recommending that we in fact watch.
Yes, because it's great and it's funny. It's funny too, but it's because it's this woman who's older. She's in her 90s, and her friend is trying to convince her that she needs to go to an assisted living facility. She's trying to say like, no, I've still got it in me. And then it's about like her kids under her and then her grandkids. So it hits like all the different generations. It was such a sweet movie. It was funny. I haven't seen a lot of people talking about it yet, but super well done. Super well done. So if you see that, let me know what you think. Thelma is the name of the movie. Have no idea where I watched it. Big Doug Millionaire says, you lost me at old people. It's not like you think it's going to be. All right. It's funny. It'll keep you on the edge of your seat a little bit in certain scenes. And
I ain't trying to cry, bro.
It's probably going to make you cry because you will consider aging. You'll consider life and how it doesn't last forever and all that. But man, I dug it. So I think some other people might too. Check it out and let us know what you think. tipsofthenewsjunkie.com, and Andrea emails, good morning, junkies. A friendly PSA for your listeners. Today is the last day to register to vote if you want to be able to vote in the primaries next month in Florida. This is what Andrea is saying. Those of you elsewhere, look up your own dates. This is crucial if the Democrats had to go to some sort of primary, and you must be registered as a Democrat or Republican to vote in the primaries. Love the show. Have a fabulous week. I wonder how many people after Biden dropping out are just like, we're not doing the voting thing anymore. We just sit back and you guys pick whoever's going to be our representative and we wait for the general election. It seems like the interest in the primaries will have had some air flow out of it. And I think that will have dwindled a little bit just because of all the chaos in the Democratic Party right now. But we'll see. Tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. Daryl says, Sean, I think you missed something. On Friday or Saturday, Biden said he would consider dropping out if the polls show he had no chance of winning. Apparently, his people showed him the latest poll, and that did it, Daryl. Kind of. What I'm saying is...
The polls didn't say that.
Publicly...
Guess what?
It's whisper trick. What happened publicly was Biden was continuously saying, no, I'm not dropping out. No, I'm not dropping out. I'll be on the campaign trail next week. No, I'm not. Those were leaking out from private behind-the-scenes conversations where they said Biden is now more open to it. Then they said Biden says, show me some polls that show that Kamala Harris would do fare better than me in an election. And they kept coming at him with that as more and more people asked him to step down. I think you got to give credit where credit's due. Like,
Exactly.
the guy did it. Like,
just about to say it. Like, he is, he's swallowed the pride in that sense. Like, he very well could have continued, and it's like, no, I just want what's best for the country in my eyes or my party's eyes, and it's not going to be with me running.
Now, I know that there's going to be people who are split on this, where some of you are going to be like, they bullied him out of it, a coup, all of that other stuff. But I think you got to give him credit when he got pressed up against things here, and he saw that he was probably not going to do well after his disastrous debate performance. The dude actually did it. Like, he actually did it. And then he threw his support behind Kamala Harris not long after that. And I'll toss it out again. I tossed it out when this discussion began. I don't know that some of you Trump fans would engage in that. I don't know if there was similar circumstances, if you'd be like, yep, all right, we got to toss this guy out. Now, it wasn't all Democrats. There was people who were like staying with Biden through everything. And no, he's actually fine. He's good. But there was a lot of
that
Democrats.
seemed like denial. The people that came out and like way overcorrected, and they're like, he's in tip-top shape. He's more healthy and strong and smarter than he's ever been.
Strong as an ox.
He's literally human chat GPT.
So, yeah, I don't know. I think that I am interested in the way all this went down. I want to know, because of some of the statements, like his brother came out and said, we're going to enjoy whatever time we have left. What does that mean? You know, was there some sort of medical diagnosis here? Was there something that happened behind the scenes that moved the needle like that? Because it very well could have been that there was something that medically occurred here where Biden said, oh, damn, okay, well, once this comes out, I definitely have to withdraw from the race. We don't know if that's the case right now. Or it could have just been that Biden said the pressure is on me, the funding is drying up, and I don't want to deal with this. I am getting old, super old, and I don't want to deal with this. It's one of those two things, but we'll find out in due time what exactly moved that needle and made Biden step down. And we're going to hear from you. We'll get to your dispatches in just a bit. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Remember when Elton John peed in the bottle at the French shoe store?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently that's a thing now, A mother-son duo that wire frauds together faces decades in prison together. Plus, The Simpsons apparently continues to have all the cows, man. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is The Jim Colbert Show. Irresponsibly responsible. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey, Central Florida, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Monday forecast. And the rest of today will be a hazy, hot, and humid day. We expect that Saharan dust to stick around for most of our Monday, and that will lead to some lower air quality. So keep that in mind if you have any sort of breathing ailments. We'll also expect temperatures to be hot and humid, high of 95, feeling closer to around 106 this afternoon, with a few scattered showers and thunderstorms. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Get immersed in new worlds and ideas with Audible. Explore an incredible selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals, all in one easy app. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
Do you have an idea for an invention or new product and don't know what to do next?
Inventors, InventHelp can help you get started with your idea. Call 1-800-INVENTION or go to inventhelp.com to get your free inventors information. They can help you try to patent your idea and submit it to companies. Get started with your idea today at inventhelp.com. InventHelp is the leading invention service company. With offices nationwide, they've been helping inventors since 1984. Inventors receive more than 10,000 patents through their patent referral services. Don't wait to get started with your idea. For free information, contact your friends at InventHelp. Go to inventhelp.com or call 1-800-INVENTION. That's inventhelp.com or call 1-800-INVENTION. They help everyday inventors just like you. Additional services include invention websites, prototype models, technical drawings, and more. They keep your idea confidential and explain every step of their invention services. Remember, that's inventhelp.com. inventhelp.com.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day. But when we're driving, cooking, and working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind. If you've been in a car accident, you need to know a term. It's called statute of limitations. That means you have 2 years from the time of the accident to actually file a lawsuit if need be. If you don't do that, you're going to lose your rights to the claim. Now, sometimes some lawyers will wait till the last minute to file or contact you with just about a month left saying that they don't know if they want to proceed with your case. Be careful with that. For more information, contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546, office Orlando.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at lifelock.com. Terms apply.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go: shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms: irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Don't miss up to 70% off select major appliances at the Lowe's closeout event. But hurry, these deals are too good to last because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/7 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
Get into summer with iHeart 80s. iHeart 80s goes commercial free this weekend and every weekend. Open the app, search iHeart 80s, and start listening now. Free never sounded so good.
Small business owners, we know finishing your to-do list can feel like rowing upstream. But it's a river, a whitewater river, and the only paddles you have are pool noodles. Then when a new to-do pops up, you're like, nope, I'm already rowing upstream with these pool noodle paddles. At Progressive, we don't want to make your day any harder. That's why we make it easy to get personalized discounts with a commercial auto insurance quote online. So your to-do list is smooth sailing. See if you can save on commercial auto insurance in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverages and discounts not available in all states and subject to policy terms and underwriting.
The only radio show strong enough to fight off a Category 5 hurricane. This
Of entertainment and beyond, and a whole lot more for you coming up on a Monday. If you miss any of the show today or ever, you can always go get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com, right there on iHeartRadio, preferably. It's the best podcast app as far as I'm concerned. But if you listen somehow on Apple Podcast or whatever, we got all the links there for you at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Wazowski!
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Dawn. ThatMortgageGuyDawn.com. And, of course, the Home Loans Radio Show. They have, starting July 1st, was the big budget, $100 million that went towards active military.
Mm-hmm.
How about some veterans?
That military.
That southern accent just sneaking in there.
Went off to join the military.
First-time homeowners, or perhaps you have not owned a home in the past 3 years. Either way, $100 million could be yours. Funds up to $35,000, but you got to start the process and see if you can get it. Pre-approval process by going to ThatMortgageGuyDawn.com. He is going to make sure that you're getting the best deal and explaining the entire process to you. ThatMortgageGuyDawn.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with ThatMortgageGuyDawn.com.
I really was curious to see. I'm watching how long it takes this money to be used up, because they're like, come on, you got to do it now, because I'm waiting for the "and it's gone" meme.
Uh-huh.
It was last year. It started in July, and it was gone by December.
And it's gone.
But, I mean, you might as well use it, right?
And honestly, it would be gone even before that if more people were aware of this kind of stuff. People tend to they don't know the money's out there.
I am so disappointed and a little distracted because I was trying to post on my Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. It was, and I'm feeling very old, 9 years ago today, that I was featured on Sharknado 3. Oh, hell no.
Oh, wow.
Which makes me feel very old, but I downloaded the video from Facebook and Instagram won't let me upload it. I sent it over to you. And
why? Because it's like copyright, or?
I mean, it's my
It could
footage
be.
when we had the watch party over at Finn's. No, maybe I'm not sound. And
Hold
it's
on.
very quick. Now, mind you, collectively throughout the entire film, I am featured about 5.5 seconds.
Okay, this is it right here?
This is 0.4 of those seconds. That is Kim Richards. There I am in the back.
Right
there
there,
I am walking
right
back in the jeans.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And a full infinity scarf, which at this time is stupid to wear. Also, all times. Don't wear those.
What ride are you heading on to there?
The
Rip
roller
Ride Rocket.
coaster, yeah.
Rip Ride Rocket, okay.
Before the sharks attack it. Tara Reid was
Uh-huh.
on it, I believe.
Asta.
There you have it. 25 years ago, 1999, we had Woodstock 99, baby.
Yeah.
Started on this day in Rome, New York.
Mm-hmm.
The event was supposed to celebrate the historic festival's 30th anniversary, but instead, it was a total disaster. Anger,
Yeah.
destruction, some sexual assault, and poop.
A lot of poop.
So, Limp Bizkit's also coming to town, Central Florida area, Tampa.
Really?
And I am now like teetering, like, do I go? Mostly because I want to see Corey Feldman.
Who is? Oh, that's right.
Open up for it's Corey Feldman and Riff Raff.
I feel like it could just be everybody laughing at him.
It's supposed to be good.
I've seen Corey Feldman's stuff, and it's just like weird, and I am interested in it too. But
only
I
was
feel
closer.
like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it'd just be everybody just be laughing at him on stage.
I'll also be going to Lamb of God 2 days from now.
Oh my God, really? That's like a
in
metal
town.
show.
Lamb of God and Mastodon.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering if Mastodon will be selling their pickles. Spoiler alert. That's a story I'll be sharing in just a little bit. Someone who can't go to any of those concerts is Esta Terre Blanche. She was a star on this show right here. It's not some of them. It's
all in the family.
It's all my
children.
All my children.
And she is now with all the children of heaven because she
Aw.
passed away at the age of 51 over the weekend. Barbie Ashley, her goddaughter, has shared the news. She died unexpectedly late last week in North Hollywood. Medical personnel believe the South African actress had been dead for about a day before she was found.
Oh, no.
Cause of death under investigation, her representative said, adding there is no other information at the time. She was crowned Miss Teen South Africa in 91. There landed a number of acting roles, including the most well-known Gillian Anderson, a troublemaking princess killed off in 2001. And now she is in the soap opera of the sky. I don't know what to tell you. Speaking of all my children, let's talk about Sean Kingston and his mom.
Yeah.
Because they might be in prison forever. Now, we heard about
They're the ones doing the wire fraud?
Feds had raided their home in Broward County. And we had TMZ cover it before other news happened in the world that quickly shoved that under the breaking news rug. But now they are back in prison, and they are facing, after being indicted on wire fraud charges, like 100-something years.
Damn, all right.
Their involvement in a $1 million wired fraud scheme. They've been charged with 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud, 5 counts of wire fraud in connection with the scheme to defraud victim sellers of high-end specialty vehicles, jewelry, and other goods purchased via fraudulent documents. And if convicted, Kingston and his mother each face up to 20 years in prison on each count. So do the math here. That's 6 counts times 20. It's a really long time. The United States Attorney's Office of the Southern District of Florida stated in its indictment that the defendants unjustly enriched themselves by falsely representing that they had executed bank wire or other monetary payment transfers. To that, I ask, is his songs not given the royalty checks that they deserve?
What I heard about this, and I don't know if this is 100% accurate or not, but I heard that this was about like a giant LED screen. You know, like the ones we use when we do a show or something?
It?
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard this was about a giant LED screen, and the person thought that he had wired them the money, and he has the screen at his house, and then they wouldn't pay up for it. And it may be a lot more complex than that, but that's what I had heard in one of the stories that I saw about this.
This week, in apparently celebrity mother-daughter, mother-son duos, we now have Drea D'Amatio. I did not know her by name. Her face very familiar.
Sopranos lady, right?
Okay, there you have it. Yeah, and now she's moving on from HBO to, I'll get right to it, having her teen son edit her OnlyFans photos.
That's a little weird.
Hey.
That seems to be a celebrity thing because Liz Hurley's teen son takes a lot of her sexy Instagram pictures.
But not for OnlyFans.
Well, is she naked on OnlyFans?
I assume so.
If she is, that's
52-year-old
weird.
DeMatteo, we'll call her DM. She has revealed a very disturbing detail that the internet is now talking about. Her newfound method of income is her 13-year-old son editing the lingerie-clad photos.
13?
13 years old. I mean, I'd rather go to camp if you ask me. Maybe just like a lawn service thing. I don't even know, but not that. Blackjack in Alabama. My kids are out there. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry, but they know. She says of her adult content, and I guess her son Waylon also goes by the nickname Blackjack, edits all of those pictures together. So he's like, yeah, so what do you want me to do with the bikini line here, Mom? That's a direct quote.
What?
They don't see the girl shots, she says, but I do go over that with them before I ever put them out. I was like, are you okay with this? Because it's like if I were to do it in a movie, because I would make out with girls in movies all day long before I'd even make out with boys. This is all very confusing and a little too much if you ask me.
Yeah, this is TMI. There's a lot in there.
I'm running out of time. The Simpsons writer is now bragging that he predicted Kamala Harris' presidential bid. It was Al Jean posted on X shortly after Joe Biden announced on X that he was going to step down from the upcoming election, saying that side-by-side picture of Lisa Simpson in a Kamala-like outfit from a 2021 episode.
Okay.
Writing, The Simpsons predicted it again. I am proud to be a part of it.
All right. I'm getting tired of this
Same here,
Simpsons
bro.
thing. It's like the moons to me. There needs to be a set of criteria.
But they were quickly to be, shy away from a Simpsons quote unquote prediction of
Probably because they're
shooting
tired
a
of
president.
it. If I were the writing, that definitely.
Now Al wants to show it all off.
But if I were the writers of The Simpsons, I'd be worried about it too, because not everybody's trying to find anything. They're saying they predicted it because Lisa's wearing purple in a presidential bid.
Ooh.
And Kamala wore purple once.
Yeah.
And if you side by side it, it's a prediction.
I could have never predicted this, but I want to end with it.
All right.
This band right here.
Mastodon.
Mastodon is right, and they're selling pickles.
What kind of pickles?
Whatever pickle you want, baby.
Spicy dill.
Lamb of God and Mastodon, they partner up with Atlanta-based Kelly's Death Pickles for a line of vinegar-soaked cucumbers that reflect each member's personality.
Kelly's Death Pickles.
Killed be killed with Diller be dilled. Traditional sour dill pickle exploding with garlic. We have guitarist Bill with a butter slacks, dead and butter slacks, a take on traditional sweetbread and butter pickles with some unique added spices. We have jalapeno dill, jalapeno peppers infused with dill pickle brine.
These
And
names are terrible.
The singer has dill with the devil, Carolina Reaper peppers, just a bit of
That's
beets.
better.
So you want me to grab you a jar when I go to the show?
Oh, I don't know. I don't want any Carolina Reapers up in my system. That's no good.
All right. I'll get one for you, no problem. On the Rope Job, we have Bob Newhart, a Legacy of Laughter on CBS, The Bachelorette on ABC, Name That Tune on Fox, and you can catch Keanu Reeves and on Stephen Colbert. Follow your dreams. I'm on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. Most importantly, say it with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
I don't mean to be mean here.
What?
You want to sit through a whole concert of that?
I'm gonna check it out. I want to see Lamb of God. I want to see Mastodon. It's a sight to see.
It's a lot. Like when I hear that music, I'm like, oh my god!
But I do. I love that kind of music very much.
Oh,
I'm not gonna
God.
be in the pit. Too old for that. But
Man,
yeah,
I don't know.
I'll go peep it.
I don't even know if I could sit through it. I think I would watch like one song and be like, man, that's impressive that they can play like this. And that guy's really, how does his voice manage to sing those songs? But then after like the third song, I go, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to stay through this whole thing right
I'll
now.
let you guys know. We'll see. I feel excited for it now.
Biha says it's a great time. A lot of fans of these bands. It's just, for me, it seems so intense. It's a lot.
It's one of the first concerts I've been to in a long time where the only tickets they're selling are GA standing.
Oh, really?
Which is very interesting to me. It's going to be just chaos and muddy.
Yeah.
And I'm excited.
Well, Godspeed and enjoy the pickles over there. Okay, quick break. When we come back, we'll get into something. The Olympics are coming up. Is it going to be a disaster for the United States of America? I've got something to share with you that's probably going to take you by surprise. What's that? It's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Authorities have moved that accident off to the side now on Florida's Turnpike southbound between exit 289 and exit 285. There's an accident on John Young Parkway northbound at State Road 408. Expect delays due to an accident on US 27 southbound at Citrus Ridge Road, and there's still delays due to an accident on Apopka Vineland Road northbound before I-4 there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Stuck sitting at the dealership waiting for your oil change? Drive into Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can stay in your car, relax, and we'll get you back on the road in about 15 minutes. Quick, easy, trusted. That's Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Sponsored by the Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home at thenickley.com.
Cam found out that group chats between different phones aren't private.
Or encrypted.
Or encrypted, thank you. We only text in code.
Yes, which I created. I created a code.
Yes. Which can be a little annoying.
Wait, was that your attempt at the code?
You already forgot the code, didn't you?
I should have written it down.
The place to safely send messages between different devices. WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
In this week's Marketers Report, Angela Zepeda, CMO Hyundai Motor America, talks about audio storytelling.
People scratch their heads and say, why would you put your brand on a channel that doesn't show the sheet metal? But for us, it's about storytelling. That's driving a lot of brand awareness, but we can also drive a lot of intent.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the influencers, audiences, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
The Injured on the Go, JustCallMo.com Real Radio Charity Poker Tournament benefiting the mustard seed of Central Florida is sold out. But don't fret, you can still join us and your favorite celebrities in the Home Loans Radio Casino. Enjoy food from Hard Rock Cafe and a Michelob Ultra while witnessing who wins it all at the Solar Source Final Table. Saturday, August 17th at the Orlando Science Center. Casino passes are still available. Go to realradio.fm/poker for more info.
Cam found out that group chats between different phones aren't private.
Or encrypted.
Or encrypted, thank you. We only text in code.
Yes, which I created. I created a code.
Yes. Which can be a little annoying.
Wait, was that your attempt at the code?
You already forgot the code, didn't you?
I should have written it down.
The place to safely send messages between different devices. WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
Enjoying the news junkie? You've probably heard a ton of injury attorney commercials, but if you are injured and need a lawyer, who's the right lawyer for you? That's why we offer our 30-day risk-free trial. If you are not 100% satisfied with the way we treat you and your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Go to JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
This July, celebrate America's independence with a fresh view from Renewal by Andersen. Their custom-built, energy-efficient windows and doors will not only enhance the beauty and value of your home, but also increase your comfort. They keep the heat and humidity out, not to mention the noise. That's because their unique Fibrex material combines both elegance and resilience, offering you double the strength of traditional vinyl. Right now, buy any 4 windows or patio doors and get the 5th free. Plus, enjoy 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Don't miss this limited time offer. Visit rbafla.com to schedule your free consultation today. And if you're looking for a new career, great news. They're still hiring experienced window and door installers. Celebrate freedom and comfort with Renewal by Andersen, official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Once again, just go to rbafla.com for details. License number CGC 1527613.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-444-9336. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-444-9336. That's 800-444-9336. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-444-9336.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. The exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, CASH. C-A-S-H. Cash. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
The kind of crew who types the word functioning in bold, italic, and underline.
God, the Olympics is not that far away. In fact, I think opening ceremonies are maybe this week, and this could be a disaster for us. This, if it is any sign of what is to come, could be a disaster for the United States of America and our performance. It's because, Sealand, of Team USA basketball court, we got all of our best of the best, allegedly, from the NBA, right? We got like the best basketball players. LeBron James, man. These are the best of the best. And they had an exhibition game this weekend against South Sudan. South Sudan is the team that they played.
And they just got trounced?
No, they only won by 1 point.
Oh.
101 to 100 was the score.
Were
Force to be reckoned with?
Were all the studs on the the court for the game?
Yeah, LeBron James was actually playing.
Okay,
and
that's not good.
South Sudan stepped up, and so I threw it out to our sports friends. You know, all of you guys who are big into sports, set me straight here. Is it that the Team USA men's basketball team just sucks this bad, or is South Sudan, despite not having any basketball courts in their country, really, really shockingly good?
Is that true?
I mean,
yeah,
they
that's what they said.
have to have one. They have to practice somewhere.
Here is one of the players for South Sudan talking about their team, I think, and he mentions this.
We don't have any indoor basketball courts in our country. We don't have anything like that.
Yeah.
We're a bunch of refugees that came together for a few weeks out of the year that over here trying our best, playing against some of the best players ever. And,
so they're saying they don't even have an indoor basketball court in all of South Sudan. And these dudes, who you don't know any of their names, go up against Team USA, where you know all of their names, and they end up winning. And here's how much of a joke this was seen as before, all right? Let's see. This is Undisputed, where they were talking about what they thought was going to happen here.
30 for South Sudan. It might be like a little spy or something going on over there, Skip. Hey, I'll give you 30, South Sudan. You taking it?
I wouldn't take 35.5 or whatever it was.
So he's saying I'd give you 35.5 points if you take South Sudan, meaning they were going to lose by more than 35.5 points. These are people who get paid millions of dollars for their sports pontifications, and they had no idea that this was going to be anywhere as close as it was.
I see some clips of them.
Yeah.
South Sudan. I need to see what they look like, though. Man, they probably ain't got nobody over 6'3".
They're just laughing at him.
I looked at the roster. I didn't recognize a single name. I don't know.
South Sudan, here we come. Here we come, South Sudan.
So they ended up beating South Sudan. Team USA did by 1 point in like the last second. And some sports people who are more informed than I am told me that in the last minute there was a clear penalty by Team USA that should have been called, and that would have turned this around, and South Sudan would have won this. Now, is it an exhibition game? Yeah, but they got to play them for realsies in the Olympics. They got to play South Sudan. They got to play Serbia. They got to play Puerto Rico, and they got to beat everybody in order to come back with the gold. And let's be real here, all right? Let's just be flat out real. When you have LeBron James and supposedly the best that the NBA has to offer on Team USA, if they come back with anything less than gold, that's kind of seen as a loss just because of how it shakes out. It's like the expectations are, and that kind of sucks for them, but the expectations are gold or nothing. Like you've lost if you don't beat absolutely everybody else.
This is probably a stupid question. Is the basketball portion of the Olympics done in a tournament form?
I do not know.
So like this, like a bracket style, and the gold medal goes to the first place?
This may help you out here. It says, at the Olympics, Team USA will play 3 Group C games. They'll play Serbia, South Sudan, and Puerto Rico. The knockout rounds then shift to Paris with the quarterfinals, semifinals, and the gold medal game.
Puerto Rico has their own Olympic team?
Yeah. That seems crazy.
The hell is that?
They jump ship. They saw Team USA's performance, and we don't want to be attached to that. Give us our own team out here, all right? We're doing our own thing in Puerto Rico.
So what they're saying, who's qualified, I'm looking up on NBCOlympics.com. How many teams are in each group? 12 teams in each tournament. Split into 3 groups, like you said, 4 teams in each group.
So it's like a big old tournament that they're doing.
And then I guess at the end of it, they all play each other.
Yeah, they bring them into the knockout rounds. And
I'm ready for breakdancing. That's all I'm paying attention.
Yeah, I'm ready to watch that for sure. They said Carleek Jones had a triple-double for South Sudan with 15 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists in an electric performance. Talk about the little guy going up against the big guys.
Triple-double.
Man.
That's what Ice Cube did not too long ago.
He did. Yeah, and it was a good day. And this was a good day for South Sudan, even though they didn't pull out the victory.
Is that why today was a good day in that song?
Yeah, one of the reasons.
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah, there was a lot of reasons today was a good day, but that was one of them. Last fan.
You guys know
on
what a
YouTube
triple-double is?
Yeah. It's when you get,
I thought it was impossible.
It's when you get double-digit scores in 3 categories.
Right. Double-double is easier.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you get like 12 blocks, 12
points,
assists, and 12
assists.
points. Yeah, and you got a triple-double. Last fan from YouTube says, South Sudan team has either players from the NBA and the NCAA. Their center is a 7'2", 17-year-old player headed to Duke in the fall. Wow, that is something, man. You got to give them credit. You know, you could say that Team USA just sucks. I seriously doubt that's the case because LeBron James was playing on the court, and nobody argues that LeBron James sucks that I've ever heard of with any credibility. And
Cleveland did for a little bit.
If they're just like the upstart team that, despite everything, almost beat them, this has Jamaican bobsled team vibes. It does. I'm feeling it. I think that could be an interesting thing to watch in the Olympics when things get real. All right, let's go to you. Let's see what you got on your mind, and then we'll get into the potential vice presidential picks for Kamala Harris. Those have rolled in. Some interesting names on the list. Over to Chaos for information about USA versus the Sudanese team.
What's up, junkies? Happy today.
You too.
I guess I'm working. I should be on vacation. Whatever. So, Sean, I mean, it's not really shocking that the U.S. team is losing to the Sudan team. I mean, they do say black people are really good at basketball. I mean,
true.
These kind of are the original, black people compared to the ones over here in the United States. I mean,
what
if we're going to go by that
my
logic.
Guy?
He's black. He's allowed
I don't know.
to say these things.
Wiggle, pop.
I wouldn't say that, but he's got the past to say.
That's a strange statement.
I mean, it is kind of clear, though, that black people are better than basketball, than white people at basketball, right? I mean, just generally speaking.
Well, they're definitely better than me.
I'm just saying, generally speaking, if you look at the NBA and the WNBA, we're talking the vast majority of these players are black, and they're better than the white players that didn't make those teams, one would consider. I don't know. That doesn't seem like the craziest hot take to me. Look, it's going to shake out that people are, better at certain things than other folks. And you can dice it up in a million different categories. But I don't know. I'm not playing basketball against any of these guys. I don't have a shot in hell. But good luck to Team USA, because I am patriotic and I am rooting for you, okay? Here goes Mike All with a dispatch about the movie I was talking about, Thelma.
Good Bidenless afternoon, news junkies.
Hey.
So now you're promoting Thelma, the movie. Mm-hmm. Well, after your last promotion, I believe was Butt Boy?
No,
I'm not taking any more of your recommendations.
There's one in the middle.
I still can't eat a double fudge chocolate brownie. See ya.
First of all, Mike, Bubble Boy was a fantastic movie. Butt Boy, rather. Butt Boy was a fantastic movie.
Bubble Boy, also good.
Bubble Boy is a classic. Old school, also a good episode of Seinfeld. But as far as the movie Thelma, if you want to watch a movie that's fun and you laugh and you go on a journey about people being old, I know that last part doesn't sound very enticing, but it is a good time. I think you might like it. So
it looks more doable than the last movie you recommended, which was something about destroying all the neighbors. Destroy the neighbors.
Yeah.
I watched the trailer for that, and
I didn't give past the trailer.
Wife gave it a huge nope.
Okay, the thing is, it's because the movie has a particular look to it.
Cheap.
Like, yeah.
Cheap.
There's a stylistic choice going on there, but it is a fun little ride if you can muscle your way through that. Butt Boy, you don't even have to muscle your way through that. It's just a great cinematic masterpiece. Here's Guitar Slinger talking about that banjo player.
Not for nothing as far as the banjo player passing out, but if you're going to lose someone from the band, I would probably say the banjo player is about the most non-essential guy in there.
Ooh.
He ain't going anywhere without a drummer, guitar, bass. Just saying.
Saying the banjo player is expendable. My God, sir.
That sounds like something a Guitar Slinger would say.
True. Yeah, he's not in this camp. I like the banjo. I wish I could play it. Banjo is one of those things where once you learn how to play stuff, like if you learn how to play guitar, obviously you could play acoustic guitar for the most part.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously you can pick up the bass guitar and play simplistic bass riffs and play the bass guitar to a certain extent. But that does not pass through with the banjo. Because
not necessarily
just when you think, though, but then they have that tiny little string.
I'm like, give me that banjo. I'm going to play that thing. And then you go to play and you're like, oh, this is totally different right here.
Well, it's because it's a different tuning.
Different tuning?
That's
just
part
like,
of it. You could tune a banjo. Like you could tune a banjo to the same tuning as the last four strings of the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And like you would just be, you'd basically be playing guitar, but it would just have the banjo sound. The banjo people are like, Don't cheat. Don't do the cheat thing. Just do it how it's supposed to be, and then learn to play your banjo chords.
You got to take this stuff seriously. It's a very beautiful instrument when played right. And Steve Martin, very good, very accomplished banjo player.
Also,
I say he sticks to comedy.
Also, Andy from The Office.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he actually played in a couple episodes of that show, and you can watch him because all three of us can do something. Courtney cannot do this because she doesn't know how to play the guitar.
I thought.
Where did you think I was going?
It sounded like all three of us could do something. Courtney cannot do anything.
Yeah, no, of course she can. But if you can't play the guitar, when you're watching a movie or a TV show where somebody is playing an instrument, it's a little harder for you. Yeah, like you're watching, if they're really playing or not. You could tell if they actually know how to play the guitar.
Yeah.
And when you watch somebody like Andy
I've even done that live in person. I'm like, oh, yeah, that guitar. I mean, she's not really playing the guitar. And they're like, look, she's playing the guitar. Oh, she's strumming that
holding
guitar.
the guitar, yeah.
She's strumming that guitar, but is it turned on? I'm not hearing it.
It's a real Ice Panda last song in the set kind of situation that you have going on.
It happens.
Oh, you faked it.
No, I talked about this afterwards. I said I couldn't find my capo when we were on the stage. Right. So Celine's like, well, we want to go get it. I'm like, just keep going, man. Just keep going, play hard, and I'll be here to support you right alongside. Okay, let's hear a couple more of these and get caught up. Here is Tangerine Scream with the Dispatch.
Okay, so on this whole Biden dropping out in the DNC, I think they've created a real mess for themselves because we knew years ago that there would be an issue with Biden's age, and they did nothing about this. They had nobody in the waiting, no new name recognition, and Kamala Harris just kind of sat quietly in a dark corner the last 4 years. And as far as I'm concerned, she's just as unknown now as she was 4 years ago when Biden picked her. And I think they have a real mess on her hands. And the only person that could actually beat Trump doesn't want anything to do with the White House or politics, and that's Michelle Obama. Polls show that she would landslide victory over Trump by over 11 points. And yeah, that's my 2 cents. And wiggle, wiggle, pop.
Yeah, I'm not going to go as far as you are there because I don't know. Everything is just like topsy-turvy. I don't know what to predict or what's going to happen next. When I lock in on something, I'll tell you about it. And I'm very, 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 very good at keeping things in the targets when I'm watching everything unfold with politics. But with this, I just don't know. You have to wait because right now you have Kamala Harris taking the reins. And Kamala Harris, I'm just being totally honest with you. I'm being as frank as I can be here about Kamala Harris. She has 2 major problems. Number one, she's seen as this like giggly and unserious candidate because there's so many clips of her just like giggling and laughing away at everything. And she comes off as unserious through those moments. And the second thing is she talks in vagaries, just like very like vague bumper sticker type stuff. If she can become sort of a different version of herself where she's serious and she doesn't do that and she puts policy points out there, I think she'll be more effective than Joe Biden would be. He was having a hard time just putting a sentence together. So she could still win over not just people on her side, but more importantly, centrists, independents, etc. Or she could flop miserably. We don't know. Nobody knows. You're just guessing at this point and going with your gut. So I have no idea how this is going to shake out. That's why from here on out through the rest of the year, it's going to be an interesting time to be alive at the very, very least. So we got more of you joining us on the show. We're going to talk about who she might pick for her vice presidential pick on the ticket with Kamala Harris. And there's some pretty interesting names in there. And also, we got jury duty on the way and a whole lot more. That's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Real radio is
Monsters in the Morning.
Did you ever make a joke at TSA?
No.
I did it one time. They were laughing their ass off. I was going through, and I said, hey, I've got lederhosen, and it makes my nipples chafe. And man, they were laughing. I mean, couldn't stop laughing. They thought that was the funniest thing they ever heard in their life. You're a douche.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Watch out for an accident on the ramp from Orange Blossom Trail to the Greenway northbound. That's partially blocked due to an accident there. Authorities are still working on that accident on Florida's Turnpike southbound between exit 289 and exit 285. And on Florida's Turnpike northbound approaching I-75, expect congestion there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by WhatsApp.
Me and the kids were always messaging. They LOL'd, I ROFL'd, but then I changed phone and the bubbles went green. But where there's a fill, there's a way. And I found a way to share what's in here. I'm tapping my heart.
WhatsApp, the place to safely send messages between different devices. Message privately with everyone.
Folks, Mills Air is the company that's going to be honest with you. They're going to shoot you straight. When it comes to your AC, that can be one of those things that gets you a little frightened. When the AC starts blowing warm air through, you see the dollar signs in front of your eyes. But Leon Mills wanted to do things differently. There's a lot of these companies that will take advantage of you because you don't know if it's just a $5 part that needs to be fixed, and they can charge you a whole bunch. They don't do that at Mills Air. They want a customer for life. So Whether it's a new AC, an old AC, any brand that you have, their techs are going to know how to help you out. And they even have preventative maintenance, which can save you money and detect an upcoming breakdown. Here's the number you need to call, 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. Mills Air has been in business since 1992. For over 30 years, they've been helping people just like you out. You could always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you could always turn to Mills Air. Find them online at millsair.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Coming back to Las Vegas, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. That's AXS.com.
The Hartford Small Business Insurance knows opening a small business is a great achievement. They offer custom insurance solutions to fit your needs. Get a quote and find why over 1 million small business owners trust them at thehartford.com/smallbusiness.
And now, another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Wow, I wonder how much all this costs. Shh. Well, it can't be cheap. Do we even have enough for our own you-know-what?
Honey, shh. I heard he bought final expense insurance through the Smart Bunny app.
The Smart Bunny app? Like on your phone? I know what an app is.
For the love of all things decent, be quiet.
Get up to $25,000 of lifelong coverage for funeral expenses, debts, and other needs for as little as $14 a month. And no medical exam is required. So hop on the Smart Bunny app now and grab some final expense insurance.
Honey, are you buying the insurance, like, right now?
Time is precious.
So true.
Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-954-3322. 800-954-3322. 800-954-3322.
I'm John Morgan, here to urge you to vote yes on Amendment 3 and legalize the adult use of marijuana. There are a lot of reasons to vote yes on Amendment 3, but let me give you one more good one. Today, too many adults are sitting in our jails simply because they were using marijuana, and that is just wrong. If I was your governor, I would free or parole every person in jail for possession, and then expunge everyone's record. Amendment 3 will put a stop to this and let the cops fight real crime, not fake crime. I'm tired of people being thrown in jail for something that is less harmful than alcohol or opioids. So now let's finish what I started and join me, John Morgan, in voting yes for the people and for Amendment 3.
Vote yes on Amendment 3. Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart & Safe Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite 3, 321, Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
The Medal of Honor is the highest military decoration in the United States. Since it was established in 1861, there have been 3,517 people awarded with the medal. I'm Malcolm Gladwell, and our new podcast from Pushkin Industries and iHeartMedia is about those heroes. Listen to Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage.
Injured? Hire the largest injury firm in the world. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, CASH. 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 Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
Whistle on.
Yep,
over here.
that's what I thought.
Was that you?
Yep.
Oh, that wasn't a sound effect. That was you whistling into your microphone?
That was me, just a
Your
little
warm-ups
whistle.
are different.
I don't know why I whistled, but one of those days just got it for you. I wonder how much we're going to see this in the next 5 months. This is right here, a check from Donald J. Trump.
Oh, I just saw that.
To Kamala Harris to reelect her as Attorney General back in 2014, a $5,000 donation to her campaign. Now, he's probably going to say, at the time, I supported her, blah, 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 but it is kind of interesting. I seriously doubt there's any checks from Kamala Harris to Donald J. Trump.
Likely not.
His campaign is probably not.
Is that
not
Trump's
getting any money.
signature?
Yeah, his signature is kind of crazy like that. It's very, just like a bunch of squigglies.
It looks like his last name is longer than his first.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't make out any letters in Trump's signature at all, but you'll probably see this, I'm sure, in some of the different campaign ads and stuff. I know this is a silly thing to think about, but whenever I heard the official announcement that we knew was probably coming, that Biden was dropping out of the election, I go, oh, man. I wonder how this is going to be for like the signage, because I'm sure there was a lot in terms of yard signs and like political signage that it all says Biden Harris on it. Right. And now
a little easier to just like cross something off.
Yeah,
versus
push
brand new signs.
You just push Harris up, I guess, and then put somebody else underneath him. Unless she decides she'll pick Biden as her vice president, which would be an interesting twist, which won't happen. But you have to redo all that stuff. And I was thinking, like all the graphics at the Democratic National Convention, they have to change all of this stuff. And they didn't know until you knew, because the only people that knew about this decision incoming for sure were just a handful of people talking to the president. And he didn't even know, according to him, until Sunday or Saturday night, depending on what story you're reading. But there's a lot of push, people saying Joe Biden must resign. If he's incompetent and he can't stand for re-election, then he can't be the president right now. He needs to step down immediately.
First of all, he hasn't admitted to being incompetent. Like we said on Friday, like I told you, I had a friend reach out to me and said, there's no way he's going to admit that he's too old for this. He's going to say he's spending time with his family. And in this case, what he said was, I'm going to focus on finishing out my presidency and being president and not also campaigning. So, I mean, he's not coming out and saying he's too old to do the job, because then people would have a better foot to stand on to tell him to resign from the presidency as well. But also, like I said earlier, you got what you wanted. Stop going overboard here.
But now we have to find something else to complain about.
I think you can get into like a circular logic here, but let me explain. So if you say Biden didn't step out and drop out of the election because of his age, he didn't say that. You're right. But they would go, well, why did he? Well, because he was shown that his poll numbers are dropping so much that he has no chance to beat Trump in November.
He said it's best for my party.
Yeah. And then you say, why were his poll numbers dropping so much? You go, oh, because of the disastrous debate performance. And so why do you have a disastrous debate performance? Because everybody saw how far off he's fallen mentally, right? So, like, you could chase it back to that, but I think that was probably a positive for them. They were like, Joe, we're not going to say anything about you being too old or you not being there. We're just going to say that you think it's the best thing for your party for you to step aside. Because that's a better look, right? Like, that doesn't look nearly as bad in the long run, I don't think. And they had to make it so he would be willing to step aside. So they found some sort of middle ground for him, I guess.
But what about all the ads they already paid for Trump against Biden? Money wasted.
Trump wants his money back. Trump wants his money back. He said, we spent all this campaign fund. We spent all our campaign funds going after who we thought was going to be your nominee and Biden. And now we want our money back because we got a new candidate that we have to go after. And they can't figure out exactly what their tactic is going to be to go after Kamala yet. They haven't landed on that. I think a lot of Republicans are kind of going with this. This was a coup. You didn't even vote for this woman. And I see what you're saying, but no. She was still on the ticket. It's the best argument you could have for a replacement person because she was on the ticket that all these people voted for in the primaries already. And having been given the choice, I'm sure most of them would be aligned with just falling in line and supporting Kamala. That would just be a guess. But we shall see. But they're saying Joe Biden must resign as president. We'll see if there's more pressure for that as we move forward. And then we go to the Kamala Harris potential vice presidential pick. And a lot of the names are going to be like, who? If you're a normie out there, you're going to be like, who is this person? Roy Cooper, who is the governor of North Carolina. And they say he won in 2016 and 2020, even as Trump won that state. So they think that can give him some inroads with Republicans. They believe North Carolina is really important. So maybe Roy Cooper would be a very good pick for Kamala Harris. This is an interesting one. Mark Kelly. And when I say the name Mark Kelly, you guys might not know who I'm talking about right away, but you will. Because number one, he's a former astronaut, and he's the husband of former Representative Gabby Giffords, who was shot in the face in 2011 in Arizona. The politician that was shot, she almost died. And it severely hampered her ability to speak and communicate afterwards. So that launched Mark Kelly onto the national stage. He's won 2 elections in the key swing state of Arizona, so he could be on the list. J.B. Pritzker is the governor of Illinois and has been a name that's been floated around. Andy Beshear, the governor of Kentucky. I don't have a Richard on the list I'm looking at here. Beshear is good because they say he's 46 years old. He's one of the nation's youngest governors, so that could help out. Gretchen Whitmer, the governor of Michigan. You're seeing something here in common. There's a lot of these people are governors. And then Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, who is popular in his own state and could be her pick for VP.
Well, because Kamala Harris before this, I know she was Attorney General when President Trump donated to her, but what office did she hold before she got
Kamala
the
Harris?
VP nod? Yeah.
She was a senator.
She was a senator.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of them are governors because they think that the governor experience paired with a senator experience would be the best combination of the skills of the two.
And it makes sense. A governor is actually a decent candidate for president because governors essentially run the state in a way the president runs all of the states.
Yeah.
So
they are the head of the executive branch of that state.
Right. So it's good experience working up. But all of those people are governors except for Mark Kelly, who's a senator in Arizona. Could be mystery names tossed in there, too, but those are the big names that people are talking about.
There's a name going around that is very much unliked by, of all people, Ted Allen, the host of Chopped.
Okay.
I saw him retweeting stuff about this guy.
Really?
With a lot of F words. Let me find Ted Allen's Twitter account. And
Oh, I thought you were saying Ted Allen from Chopped wanted to be the vice presidential pick.
No, the guy. No, he was talking about this guy, and Joe Manchin.
Yes,
and it's is Joe Manchin not a Democrat? Because it says he's considering re-registering as a Democrat to run for president.
Okay.
Joe Manchin is what I think they used to call a blue dog Democrat. And I think
he's
a year or so
independent
ago,
right now. He's registered independent, so he couldn't be on the ticket. But he's like, I'll just fill out some paperwork here.
Yeah, he changed that not too long ago, maybe a year ago, maybe 2 years. I don't remember exactly when it was, but Joe Manchin was a registered Democrat, and there was infighting there, and he turned into an independent. I don't think that would be like the unity ticket, like a centrist Democrat, and then Kamala Harris, who's probably pretty far out to the left of Joe Biden. They would go, okay, this is like a unity ticket here. But I don't know that Joe Manchin has enough support to pull that off. And nothing would surprise me now. Everything is out the
Dolly
window.
Parton, I'm hearing the name getting thrown around.
Dolly Parton, people like her. High approval ratings on the Dolly
She does
Parton.
have the work ethic. Didn't she get up at like 3 a.m. just to start doing her Dolly stuff?
She runs an
She would
amusement
stop
park.
wars. She's like, come on, y'all.
She's
Let's
a
just
very,
go
very
hand
good.
in hand, and we just sang it on.
She's a solid businesswoman, right? Like she has a lot of things. How old is she though? Is she in her 80s yet, or is she still 70s?
70.
She seems healthy, and with it, 77. So
78.
Same age as Trump. She's right up there. It's going to be a big battle. And now I wonder how much Kamala Harris's campaign will turn to pointing out the age of Trump. They'll be like, look, we're a more youthful campaign. I'm in my 50s. My vice president is this age. And I wonder if they'll start to make it like, hey, if you want, you guys say you didn't want to vote for the old people. We jettisoned one old guy. Do you want to vote for the other one? Or do you want? So I wonder if they'll use that as a strategy proceeding. When we come back, though, we're going to do jury duty. We'll head in another direction for a little bit here. And then we'll see what's on your mind. Plus, in jury duty, somebody from reality television fame has been arrested. Who is it? You are never going to guess. But that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
All aboard for Real Yacht Rock Weekends. Every weekend this summer on Real Radio 104.1.
This is three-time Pro Bowler Sean Merriman. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Macy's Backstage.
Stephen Jones says a looming 18-game NFL schedule is inevitable. More games might not be popular for everybody. The media will push back, but the league is making the game safer, new rules, improved equipment, less hitting in practice, better medical staff. Sure, more Thursday games mean more quick turnarounds, but the players love more weekends off with family. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Shop Macy's Backstage today for amazing deals on everything you need for summer. Get low prices every day at Macy's Backstage. Find a store near you at macy'sbackstage.com. Off price, on trend, arriving daily.
Who's trial attorney Jeff Kaufman? Instead of talking about how great my law firm is, let's talk about autism awareness. In Central Florida alone, there are thousands of children on the autism spectrum, including my son, Jacob. I'm not asking for a donation, but just a couple seconds of kindness when you see one of our children out in public. It will make a huge difference. If you want or need any information concerning the autism community, contact me at jeff@whenyouneedus.com. Offices, Orlando.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last three addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Zero Foxtrot isn't just a brand. It's a way of life. Founded and operated by veterans, Zero Foxtrot's unique apparel and gear echoes the grit of the warrior culture. Zero Foxtrot dedicates itself to producing content, honoring the sacrifices of forgotten heroes of the past, and connecting history to the present. Embark on a journey with Zero Foxtrot today at ZeroFoxtrot.com. It's not merely our products. It's about the ethos that we embody. Rugged, resilient, and timeless.
Hey homeowners, Russ Rollins here to talk to you about something serious, your power bill. Last summer was tough, but this year could be even worse. So don't wait until the last minute to get protection and savings from solar power and backup power. Solar Source has a new pay-as-you-go solar package that lets you start with an affordable base system and add solar panels over time. Plus, their pay-as-you-go battery backup is awesome, and it lets you add critical backup power as you go. Schedule a free consultation at solarsource.com/monsters. Get ready for a stress-free summer.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
This July, celebrate America's independence with a fresh view from Renewal by Andersen. Hi, this is Chelsea. Right now, buy any 4 windows or patio doors and get the 5th free. Plus, enjoy 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Our custom-built, energy-efficient windows and doors will enhance the beauty and value of your home. Visit rbafla.com to schedule your complimentary design consultation. Renewal by Andersen, official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Restrictions apply. License number CGC 1527613. Visit rbafla.com for details.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Time with family, laughs with friends, and cash back? Discover's got you covered on the last one. That's because Discover doubles all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cash Back Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star. This is the new.
Surprise, by the way, if we learn that the chief of the Secret Service, Kimberly Cheadle, resigns by the end of the next week or so. Would not be surprised if that is the case.
I'm a little surprised it's taken so long.
Yeah, right. She's trying to fight, as you know, most would in her position.
Is that
but
with the severance package, or
she might be working on that. She might be working on that behind the scenes. Now, a lot of people, I think, were trying to go after her because they were like, this woman is a DEI hire. She's a woman. She's not, she's not equipped to handle this gig. This woman has worked at the Secret Service for a very long time, decades and decades.
Before the DEI hire was a thing that people used to sort of be racist sometimes.
Right. This is a woman who has extensive experience working with the Secret Service. And
I've been seeing that term a lot used for Kamala ever since the big tweet went out.
No, but right now, what I see here is her floundering under questioning in a way that belies a bigger problem at the Secret Service. Like, they just flat out, they weren't prepared for this rally where Trump got shot. Clearly. I mean, it's just obvious because we see the outcome. And the questioning, some of it I thought was super fair, where they said, so you're telling me that right now Iran is trying to target former President Trump and assassinate him. Do you think the security was good enough, considering that he was that target with Iran trying to kill him? And she goes, yes. And it's like, so you think the security was good enough so that some trained killer hired by Iran to assassinate former President Trump wouldn't have been able to do anything. But some 20-year-old climbed up with his ladder on top of this building and just shot him while everybody screamed at him. So there's not good answers. Her answers are bad. And I think that she's probably going to have to walk away from this. But it's not because she's a woman or because she's inexperienced. It's because they dropped the ball here. And when somebody drops the ball in this big of a way, you have to have the buck has to stop with somebody. You know, somebody has to absorb that L. And I think it's going to be her. She came out here and was the face of the Secret Service. And you can't say this. Like, here's one thing that people try to do a lot. Let's say you're this person. You're the head of the Secret Service after Trump just got shot at a rally, almost killed, an inch away from being killed. You can't just go, we do a great job every day of protecting over 30 people that we have to watch around the clock. We didn't have any other incidences before this, but you can't do that. It doesn't matter all the days that somebody didn't get shot. It matters the day that somebody did get shot. Mm-hmm. And that's all that people are going to think of. And so I think she's going to have a real hard time hanging on.
Because, and weirdly enough, all the days that somebody didn't get shot doesn't mean you were doing your job all those days. It just means, it could mean that nobody tried to shoot anybody.
Yeah.
You know, like you were, if the headline at the end of last Saturday was Secret Service sees shooter, shoots him dead before he can make an attempt on the life of former President Trump, that would be a day that they definitely did their job. They saw somebody who was getting ready to do something terrible, and they took care of the situation. So it's like, when you say you can't focus on all the days nobody gets shot, yeah, you can't, because there's not always somebody trying something.
Right. And if they would have killed this kid before he fired off a round, nobody would have questioned them. I mean, you might still question.
People would question.
Yeah. You might still question some of the strategies and them not putting somebody on that roof, but you probably wouldn't be calling for the head of the Secret Service to resign. But here it's just, there's like too many drop balls. There's so many things that were alarming that this 20-year-old was doing that they should have had Trump off that stage long before they did. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the news junkie.
A reality TV star arrested. You are never going to guess who. Don't Google it. Jury duty brought to you by the Moduit.
So
the
close.
You already Googled it, didn't you?
I did not, but I was at the RE part of the Google search.
Moses DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. You need an attorney after an accident, and you need one that is going to treat you like the person you are with your individual story, somebody that's going to fight for you. And you wouldn't believe how fast this whole process can not only get started, but end up with you having a check in your hand. You deserve that, and you shouldn't feel bad about any of this. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. You know the name Paul Watson? Question mark?
Yes, I heard about
Who's
this.
in?
Paul Watson. Did you ever watch Whale Wars, Sabrina? I know Celine
I
has.
did not. No, that involves animals.
Whale Wars was fun.
I mean, he's
for a
fighting for
while.
the animals.
Right, but they still show them
Oh,
dying.
they do.
Yeah, they got some whale footage in there, and they really don't like the Japanese whalers. They are not fond of them. But Paul Watson has been arrested in Greenland. Here's this anti-whaling access. Best I know of his biography, one of the biggest things that happened to him was, his name is escaping me, of
Bob Barker?
Bob Barker of The Price is Right was a fan of Paul Watson. And Bob Barker
Well, he
funded...
was also a big animals guy, you know, the spay and neuter your pets. That was his deal.
And he was pretty radical, because like funding this Paul Watson guy is a pretty radical take on animal rights activism, because they are they're being I don't know if I want to say aggressive, because their tactics are fairly tame for the most part, but they are not sitting back and on the defense. They're on the offense to try to stop whaling.
Yeah, but like you said, their tactics are not
stinky
really
cheese.
You think now? That's why that South Park episode just was a nail on the head of the whole whale wars thing. Mm-hmm. It was called Whale Horse, and it was really just like, hey, you guys love animals, and you say you're fighting for them, but you're just throwing stinky butter, and they're around dead whales all the time. They already stink.
Yeah, this was a great TV show in its prime. It really was. It was fun.
I watched the hell out of it.
There was all these like young kids that maybe shouldn't have even been on a ship like this, that didn't have any experience, like, captaining a boat or whatever. And there they are, and they're facing down with these Japanese whalers and trying to like crash into their ships and stuff. And
one guy boarded the ship.
Yeah,
remember those?
like pirates, like literal pirates.
With the cameraman behind him?
Oh, yeah. The camera's always rolling. Always.
One guy, I think he was an Australian guy. He because his ship got damaged by one of their ships or something like that. He had that little, like, really fast mini sub or something like that.
That was cool.
And so he boarded their ship. And I'm like, that is the ballsiest thing that anybody's done on this show, because then they like arrested him and sent him to Japan, who, by the way, thinks whaling is totally fine.
Yeah.
And that they're getting in the way of an industry that's important to Japan's welfare.
Yeah, people do not like this guy in Japan, I would imagine. I would imagine that they are not fond of him.
Where?
The Japanese, the people who live in the country of Japan, they look at this and they go, hey, you eat what's around you. And that's the best way for human beings to provide enough sustenance for our people. Guess what? We have a tiny little island. We don't have enough room for cattle or pigs, and we don't have enough space for all the crops to feed all of our people. So we have for hundreds of years gone for whales, and stop telling us what morally
Those
we
whales
should
never
do.
redirected, huh?
The whales fight back sometimes. They attempt to, and it's wild watching this from the inside. I liked that show.
After I saw last night that he had gotten arrested, he was arrested in Greenland, and then somebody from one of his ships was sending out videos saying we got to raise money because we got to get him out of Greenland. The longer he's in Greenland, the more likely they are to extradite him to Japan, and then that's where he's really going to be screwed.
That's the trouble. That's what they don't want.
But
remember the intro to the show?
The world is a vampire.
Yeah.
Which was, I think, a rarity, because I don't think Billy Corgan signed off on stuff like that a lot, using the Smashing Pumpkins music for television or for anything like that.
I think he was on board with their mission, what they were up to.
But
it seems that way.
When I watched the show in its heyday, they had they had a couple ships that they were chasing that always said research all over them. We're researching the web. And it's the Nishin Maru or something like that.
Yes, yeah, that's
You guys are really nerding out about whale wars right now.
So the thing that when I was looking it up last night, I was like, oh, the one they're after now is a different Maru, because they've built an incredibly larger whaling ship to kill even more whales, which is terrible, but it's so like amusing to me how different the Japanese people and the whalers in general look at this as opposed to the people on the American side, the Sea Shepherd types.
We are narrowcasting to our fullest.
I don't even think Moses DeWitt would approve of how many of y'all just nerded out for whale
Anyhow,
wars.
Paul Watson from Whale Wars.
What did you get in trouble
jail.
for? Did you even say it?
He got in trouble for interfering with whaling in the region, and
full circle.
They're in charge over there by the Antarctic, and he's in big trouble.
They have some sort of agreement with Japan, and so they arrested him based on a Japanese warrant, I think.
Man, so this could be bad for him. He could be like the animal version of the WikiLeaks guy. He could truly be like that next person who'll be imprisoned in Japan, and they won't let him out forever. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. When we return, I got to talk about something. This is such a weird and gross world, but there's a live streamer who just died. All right. And it's maybe not even what you would think it would be when I say a live streamer died. Like they weren't engaging in some sort of like dangerous activities you wouldn't think, but they died on their live stream. And the story behind this makes me feel a certain way. We've got to get into this. I want to see what everybody thinks. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Casino passes for the 2024 Just Call Mo Real Radio Celebrity Poker Tournament are still available. Go to realradio.fm/poker for more info.
There's an accident causing bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 westbound before Colonial Drive. The right lane is partially blocked. Traffic is backed up from Parr Street. The on-ramp from Orange Blossom Trail to the Greenway northbound, that is partially blocked due to an accident. And there's a couple earlier accidents to keep an eye out for here on Apopka Vineland Road northbound before I-4 and on US 27 southbound at Citrus Ridge Road. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Get immersed in new worlds and ideas with Audible. Explore an incredible selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals, all in one easy app. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Join Real Radio and Fox 35 at Walmart for the Backpack Brigade as we partner with One Heart for Women and Children and collect school supplies for Orlando area students. Drop off school supplies and get some Real Radio and Fox TV swag. Meet Jack Bradshaw from the Jim Colbert Show, David Martin from Good Day Orlando, see the Fox 35 Thunder Truck, and check out the Selfie Station. Start collecting school supplies and prepare to drop them off Friday, August 2nd, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Walmart, 11250 East Colonial Drive, Orlando. Get more info at realradio.fm/school.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit NoTimeToWait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer. Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day, but when we're driving, cooking, working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Call 844-ADD-HELP-5. That's 844-ADD-HELP-5.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for Life Imaging FLA. You know, it's the time of year we're all celebrating our freedoms in life, the freedom of living a long, healthy life. Well, Life Imaging FLA is here to make sure you take charge of your health, making the choice to be proactive, get scanned, and give you the information you need to stay healthy for years. They can do that with their free heart scan from Life Imaging FLA. You know, as you spend time with friends and family, you certainly want to make sure that you're doing it not only for you, but for them as well. They want you around for many, many summers, and you want to be around them for many summers as well. So take some time and book your free heart scan from Life Imaging FLA. Remember, just a few minimum requirements, but this is a $699 value. And when you consider that 40% of people are diagnosed with cancer at some point in their life, book that cancer screening as well. And here's how you make your appointment. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. Make that call today. Take charge of your health this year. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
And now, another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Wow, I wonder how much all this costs. Shh. Well, it can't be cheap. Do we even have enough for our own you-know-what?
Honey, shh. I heard he bought final expense insurance through the Smart Bunny app.
The Smart Bunny app?
Like on your phone?
I know what an app is.
For the love of all things decent, be quiet.
Get up to $25,000 of lifelong coverage for funeral expenses, debts, and other needs for as little as $14 a month. And no medical exam is required. So hop on the Smart Bunny app now and grab some final expense insurance.
Honey, are you buying the insurance, like, right now?
Time is precious.
So true.
Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
Hey, Cam, mind sending me over our new Wi-Fi password?
Oh, sorry, Mitch, you can't be trusted.
What?
It's your phone. It's different than mine.
Cam! And I thought I was a judgy one.
No, it's just messages between different devices aren't encrypted.
Okay. Since when do you know about encryption?
I know what encryption is, and it's because I'm the last line of defense against any would-be Wi-Fi thieves.
Cam, come on.
Okay, fine. I'll send it somewhere more private.
Thank you.
Safely send messages between different devices. On WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
Hey, Cam, mind sending me over our new Wi-Fi password?
Oh, sorry, Mitch, you can't be trusted.
What?
It's your phone. It's different than mine.
Cam! And I thought I was a judgy one.
No, it's just messages between different devices aren't encrypted.
Okay. Since when do you know about encryption?
I know what encryption is, and it's because I'm the last line of defense against any would-be Wi-Fi thieves.
Cam, come on.
Okay, fine. I'll send it somewhere more private.
Thank you.
Safely send messages between different devices. On WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people, Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage, Navage. Breathe easy.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Big news for veterans and first-time homebuyers. The Hometown Heroes program provides up to $35,000 down payment and closing costs. Get pre-approved at thatmortgagguydon.com.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. Call A1 Garage Door Service today.
A1 from day one.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND. 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 Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
Kamala Harris, if you expected there to be like some dark horse that was going to enter the race and, Mark Cuban is going to say he's running and then they'll scoot him in, it's not going to happen. That's kind of why. And this was interesting because, full disclosure, at some point this weekend, one of the suits in New York City sent around an email and was like, this is the biggest thing, all right? And I believe they said it was the Super Bowl of talk radio. Like, this is the biggest moment of your careers, what you say on Monday's show. And I was kind of taken aback when I read that. And I was like, I feel like last Monday was way bigger.
Yeah.
I feel like the idea that some 20-year-old who was obviously up to something crawled on a roof and came millimeters away from assassinating former President Trump and shot him in the damn ear and killed one of his supporters and injured two others. I felt like that was bigger news. I felt like this has been dragged out for a while. The only question was, will Biden succumb to the pressure from Democrats? And he did. So, it wasn't... Yeah. I think all of us were like, oh, okay, it's interesting. It actually happened. But I wasn't like, oh, my God.
That's kind of like how I felt. That's why I was saying that at the top of the show, where I was like, not blown away, not really as like shocked and you know, ready to cry on CNN like a lot of people were. But also, I will give this guy it took a couple people in the chain before this email got to us. And so if the person that wrote that, I thought it was silly. But I also thought it was silly because I've never heard of this person. I've never seen any of his other emails. He might have had a very,
He's a huge fan of the show.
Might have had an important email. Well, I feel like we would have heard from him if he was. Might have had like another email about the Trump shooting that just didn't get all the way to us. But I was like, Super Bowl.
And I'm not saying that this isn't big news. Of course it's big news. This far into an election, something that could have been done before all of the campaigning even started finally happened. The inevitable shift has occurred, and support is going over to the vice president instead of the president. And it's like, okay, there you go. It actually happened, and move on. But I wasn't like guffaw moment as I was when the dude ripped off shots at Trump. When Trump had blood on his face and he's pumping his fist in the air saying, fight, fight, fight. I'm like, holy cow, what is happening right now? And that just seemed like a bigger story, all things considered. Now, this is interesting because people are like, what happens next? Now Biden's not going to be running. Well, everything shifts over to Kamala Harris. Everybody's lining up. It looks like the rank and file is supporting her. She'll be able to pick who her vice presidential nominee is going to be. And they'll probably get that in line by the time they're in Chicago from the Democratic National Convention, and they'll reboot. And they'll try to go as fast as they can in as smart of an angle as they possibly can before November. And they'll try to do what seems very difficult right now, and that is beat Trump at the ballot box in November. So that's where we go next. But I didn't think it was as big. I thought it was big and interesting and important and stuff, but not as big as some of the other stuff. All right, let's talk about this because I teased this before the break. I have never in my life, and I never will in my life do this, I have never watched one of these mukbang live streams.
That's where you eat, right?
Yeah.
Somebody just eats.
But it's a different type of eating, right?
Is it ASMR?
I feel like there's some ASMR element. I've never watched it either, but boy, do I have friends who love it.
Who are into it? Wow.
Or just not into it in the way that you think. It's just all of a sudden they find themselves watching it, and then it becomes part of the algorithm. But it's like this ASMR / I've always noticed it's just a lot of food, like the amount of food.
Yes.
And how you're stuffing your face is the mukbang element.
It wouldn't be a mukbang if you just had a reasonable sandwich. It's like you have 30 sandwiches or some ridiculous amount of food.
Biggest burger full of sauce.
And you're just indulging yourself, and people are watching.
Question.
And huge amounts of people watch this.
Do the people who mukbang look like what you would expect out of somebody who makes a YouTube channel of just stuffing their faces full of food?
Yes and no. There's some of them that do look like big fatzos, and there's some of them that they're successful because they don't look like that.
And there's some of them who started off as tiny or slender people.
They're changing.
Then, 7 years later, they're just as big. And,
this particular guy, and this is like, let's have a moment here, folks. Let's all of us in the internet sphere, let's gather together and think about this, because this guy's name is Pan Xiaoting, and he was 24 years old. I say was because this guy who does these mukbang videos eating, he died. He literally died. He had a heart attack during the live stream that he was doing. He ate 20,000 calories at a Chipotle for his live stream, and then he literally died. No, this is. I'm looking at a man here. This has got to be
they.
A man. Yeah, Pan Xiaoting, 24. No, this does say former waitress's stomach.
Yeah, autopsy conducted after Xiaoting's death showed that her stomach was filled with undigested food and her abdomen was severely disformed.
Look at the video.
Just swallowing it whole, huh?
Look at the video I'm looking at. That's a dude, right?
Sean, come on, it's 2024.
Because this says kick streamer sweater suffers a heart attack on live after eating 20,000 calories. Unless two of them died.
These are two different people.
Both
two people. 2 people died live streaming their mukbang, if that's correct. Panjiao Ting live streams reportedly lasted for up to 10 hours. It involved her eating around 10 kilograms of food, despite warnings from her parents and well-wishers. The influencer from China was doing this live stream, and tragedy struck. A heart attack was the cause of this, and this poor woman died. And I don't know why this is a thing, why people are tuning into this. I feel like I shouldn't hit play on the dude just having a heart attack during his live stream. I don't know what I'm going to get from that.
Take the word.
It says kick streamer Sweater is his name. Suffers a heart attack on live after eating 20,000 calories. If that's true, that would mean 2 of these people.
He did it at a Chipotle?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to click play to see if he's actually inside the establishment. It's an 18-second video, and I'm pretty sure he just dies in it or starts having a heart attack. So this is what's happening in that world. And it's so strange what people will do for internet points, for those little likes and shares and comments, and they'll do anything, even die as a result of just gorging yourself with so much food. The video is on World Star if you really care about checking it out. But at least 2 people have died from these eating live streams, and let's say we put a stop to that. That might be a good idea. Here goes another dispatch. Not Your Average Joe is talking about whale wars. All right, we're headed back down Whale Wars Avenue.
World is a vampire.
Here we go.
What's up, y'all?
Hey.
Happy today.
You too.
Man, that Whale Wars guy is one of the biggest douchebags on this planet. Come on. South Park had it right. Oh, what do? They come up. Oh, we're going to make you smell bad. Oh, these are fishermen that deal in rotten fish guts. Oh,
yes, you're right. And you're right that he's a douchebag. I agree. But that's why I like it. Yeah. That's why I like it. I'm into it because I want to watch this guy and his weirdo, real life LARPing that he's doing with his giant $1 million ships. And it's cool.
You're going to make
I
them
like
smell bad and stop them. Well, when that doesn't work, now you have to resort to real life things that actually have consequences. And really, you're dealing with thousands of years of culture here. Man, the Japanese, they're so stupid. They have it wrong. They eat from the ocean. Only fat Japanese you see are sumo wrestlers. Everybody else, it's like, man, is she 30 or is she 60? You can't tell. They eat kind of healthy. But let some fat douchebag come in and tell you how to live your life. Everything that's gone on the last 2 weeks, I don't even know what to think anymore, y'all.
Thank you.
But thank you guys for keeping me laughing. Love y'all.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate your dispatch. Maybe yours is on the way. More tears before we get out of here today. And also, what do the polls look like? But more importantly, somebody from Japan. And they were part of the gymnastics team in Paris getting ready for the Olympics. They just got kicked out. And this seems a little much to me. I thought we were allowed to enjoy ourselves a little bit. I thought we were allowed to party a little bit.
All right. What did they do?
They partied a little too hard, I guess. We'll go into the details. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
There's a lot of congestion through the city due to an accident westbound on I-4 before Colonial Drive. The right lane is blocked there. The on-ramp from Orange Blossom Trail to the Greenway northbound, that's partially blocked due to an accident. There's delays on State Road 429 northbound approaching Florida's Turnpike's Ramp Junction there. And if you see any other traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Stuck sitting at the dealership waiting for your oil change? Drive into Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can stay in your car, relax, and we'll get you back on the road in about 15 minutes. Quick, easy, trusted. That's Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
All right, folks, my friends at Maxine's on Shine are here to make your week even better with Maxine's Mind Boggler. Congratulations to last week's winner, Jesse. Now, the first person to answer this riddle correctly wins a $25 gift card to Maxine's on Shine. Here's your riddle. What can be cracked, made, told, and played? What can be cracked, made, told, and played? If you know the answer, email me, Sabrina@realradio.fm. First person to answer correctly wins a $25 gift card. If you don't win this week's riddle, don't worry. You got a shot every single week. Plus, you're going to feel like a winner every time you visit Maxine's on Shine. Voted best downtown Orlando restaurant 3 years in a row. Diverse, comfortable, and delicious with a splash of sexiness. For more information on location and reservations, go to Maxine'sOnShine.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
It's one thing to suffer from allergies as an adult, but it's really tough on kids. Running around with sniffles or stuffy nose during recess or practice. Not to mention it's hard to concentrate in school when you're not feeling well. And then you feel bad because you forgot to give them their allergy meds before they left. All of that can be a thing of the past, thanks to Aspire Allergy and Sinus. They've helped thousands, including children, with their kid-friendly allergy testing and pain-free allergy drops. Schedule your appointment today while the kids are out of school. Go to AspireAllergy.com. That's AspireAllergy.com.
I'm John Morgan, and I'm asking you to stand with me and vote yes on Amendment 3. Amendment 3 will be on your ballot in November, and it will allow adults to possess or safely use marijuana, and that's a very good thing. Amendment 3 will put an end to bad laws that not only cost us millions in law enforcement dollars, but also cost thousands of Floridians their freedom. Nearly 250 years ago, our nation declared our independence. Now it's time for us to declare our independence from laws that demand jail time for simply having or consuming marijuana. Our system of treating adults who consume marijuana as criminals is madness. Join me, John Morgan, in supporting our own Declaration of Independence and vote for the people and vote yes on Amendment 3.
Paid political advertisement. Paid for by Smart and Safe Florida. 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite 3, 321, Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-444-9336. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-444-9336. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-444-9336. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-444-9336. 800-444-9336 or biglou.com.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
In today's Marketers Report, Erica Taylor, Chief Marketing Officer of Genentech, weighs in on audio's ability to reach any audience.
Everyone is listening somewhere, somehow. So it's a great way to take something very precise in what we're trying to do to reach patients with something that I think we can all agree is somewhat broad in reaching many, many different audiences.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
The final countdown begins. Team USA is headed to Paris, and iHeartRadio is the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. It's the only way to listen to exclusive NBC play-by-play action of the games, plus NBC's top Olympic moments and live hourly updates from Paris. Bring the Summer Games with you everywhere you go. Download the free iHeart app now and enable push notifications for live updates from Paris. Only on iHeartRadio, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND, G-R-A-N-D. grand. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
Captain from Japan getting kicked out of the Olympics for partying too hard in just a moment. But first, a new birtherism just dropped, a new birther controversy. You're not going to see this, I'm sure, for the next couple of months.
Oh, is this the reason that Amendment 14 was trending?
Probably, yeah, because they're going to say Kamala Harris, and when I say they, I mean a lot of people who are critics of her, are going to say that she's not actually eligible to be the president of the United States under the Constitution's citizen clause or citizenship clause.
Oh, I wonder if they looked into that before announcing her.
Well, where it says you have to be a natural-born citizen of the United States, and that's because her father is a Jamaican. Kamala Harris's father is a Jamaican man, and her mother is an Indian woman. And neither one of them were citizens of the United States of America. Now, she was
I think
born...
last night, She's Indian was also trending. Like, they're trying to argue, like, she's not black, she's Indian.
Well, that's just a weird thing that everybody does when if you have, like, any small percentage of black in you, you just claim that you're black and all other identities are washed up by that. I don't know why people do that. That's a weird identitarian thing. I don't know if she has. She does make a claim to be black more vocally. She did in the debates going after Biden. But yeah, clearly her mom and her dad were not citizens of the United States of America. But she was born in California. And this isn't even a thing like, oh, we don't have a birth certificate. Like everybody knows that she was born in California. And this has already been fought out in the courts and this old settled law that she would be considered a natural-born citizen, even though her father's from another country and her mother's from another country. So,
and was raised in California?
She spent almost all of her life in California. That's where she became the attorney general. That's where she met Montel Williams, I believe, who she was married to for a while. That's where her political career took off.
Talk show host?
Yeah.
Did not realize that.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's all over the place now, too. They're like, Montel. I mean, anything to say?
And I think Montel Williams tweeted in support of another candidate afterwards. And here's what he has to. Who cares what he has to say?
You don't even have reruns, my dude.
This is her ex-husband. I don't care what Montel Williams has to say about this. It's not going to sway anything. And then she was under Jerry Brown in California, and then she just kind of came up through the ranks and won a Senate seat. So that's how her career sort of took off there. But there's a lot of people who are much, much smarter than me in terms of looking at the legality of things. One of them is a man named Eugene Volk, who's an incredibly bright mind in the legal world, a very, very venerated and trusted legal scholar. And in his reading of this, as somebody born in the United States is absolutely eligible to be the next president of the United States of America.
I find it weird that he has to come out and say this to people. Didn't we all learn this in social studies?
This just seems to me to reek of the Obama birtherism stuff that you saw, whereas he was actually from Kenya. We want to see the birth certificate. And then when you saw the certificate of live birth, you're like, that's the certificate of live birth. That's not the birth certificate. Just okay, come on. This is a sideshow right now. You'll see it regardless, certainly on social media.
If that was the case, that she wasn't, let's say she was born in Kenya, like they said Obama was. Could she be vice president?
If she was,
or are the requirements only for the person holding the job of president?
I'm not sure. I know you can be other things. Like, for instance, Arnold Schwarzenegger wasn't governor of the United States of America. He was governor of California. So you could do that. But I don't know if it's specific just to the presidency. It very well could be.
If somebody was in the line of succession and it got to them, but they were born in South America, they would just skip them, right? You just skip, go to the next person?
I guess so. I don't know. We're in uncharted territory.
Because if that's the case, why can't Barack be vice president?
Brain.
That's why I'm doing this. I'm doing the constitutional gymnastics here. I understand. There's a lot of what-iferys here. But we're just wondering what would happen.
We're swimming in a sea of those what-iferys as of late. Dentman79 says she met Montel Williams. Yes, she dated Montel Williams. She was not married to him. That was my mistake. She dated Montel Williams for a short time. And they were together, and they always bring him up. They were boyfriend, girlfriend. In like 2001, those two were together. So over 20 years ago. She's been married for a while now to the guy who's second gentleman, right? I think the vice president's husband, second gentleman.
Yes,
I believe that would be like the version of first lady.
Could be
first guy.
First lady is the wife of the president, if the president's a man. And second lady would be the wife of the vice president if the president was a man.
What about 3 times a lady?
That one's not a thing. That's in the.
Weren't they calling Monica Lewinsky second lady for a while?
It might have been. I think derogatorily, probably.
Yeah.
I think probably that would have been used as some sort of insult. Over to the Olympics and the Japanese team. They were just trying to party. And Shako Miyata is her name, 19 years old. She's the captain of the artistic gymnastics team, and she got the boot. They said, get on out of here. You violated Japan's Gymnastics Association rules. What did she do? She was just partying. She said, and I think she's right about this, being an Olympian is a lot of stress and pressure. Okay?
Was she the only Olympian partying? Or did the rest of the team get in trouble?
She's the only one who got booted. So maybe she was just partying harder. They said Mutsumi Arata, the 19-year-old athlete's personal coach, called the actions reckless, but acknowledged that she was struggling with the pressure of competing at the games. There was a lot of drinking going on, a lot of partying going on, a lot of smoking going on. And they said that's not very Olympic-like. So you are getting out of here. We apologize from the bottom of our hearts about this, says the Japanese Olympic Association.
I wonder if it has anything to do with the fact that in Japan she cannot drink or smoke.
Maybe because she's underage.
Yeah,
I don't know what the drinking age is there. Is it under 21?
It's 20 in Japan, legal smoking and drinking age. And Mayata is 19. But the code of conduct prohibits gymnasts from doing either during team activities, regardless of age. And I guess. Would they consider the entirety of their trip to Paris to be a team activity? That's kind of lame if they can't do anything. They can't do any celebrating.
Yeah, come on. She's a teenager. She's in the prime of her life, partying over in, she wasn't in Paris yet. She was in Monaco, but trying to get over to the Olympics. And that sucks. At least she's young enough that she'll get another chance at this, maybe, to be able to go to the next Summer Olympics. I'm jazzed about the Olympics. I'm ready for this. This will be a nice little distraction from some of the political stuff. And I think maybe, even though everybody will be fighting about Trump versus Kamala behind the scenes, maybe in front of the scenes, we can all come together and support Team USA. All right?
Break dancing.
I think we can come together and support all of our teams from breakdancing to men's basketball. If we could beat South Sudan.
Water polo, U.S. women's water polo. I'm going to follow.
Down with water polo, I'm in with. That's the one that, what's his name is behind, right? Flava Flav is supporting the U.S. women's water polo team.
The latest video, so he actually played water polo with them.
Did he really?
Treading water. And he's like, I don't know how you guys do it.
Track and field, I'm supporting Team USA all the way across the board.
I won't be watching it, but I do support them.
Even though the Jamaican people might win. It's so
it's
good.
Always neck and neck.
Track and field.
Watch sprint.
Man. Some of those Jamaican women, oh my God, they're so fast. It's just unbelievable. I would never be able to compete with any of the people who are out there. But the Japanese runners, when you go short distance, not Japanese, Jamaican.
Meters?
When you go short distance, 100 meters and lower, Jamaica is really, really good. They stand out. And when you go longer distance, it's like Kenya. The Kenya runners, ultra marathoners.
They don't have 100 meters in Jamaica. They run out of space.
Watch Sean Sprint, the Netflix docuseries.
Sprint?
It's fascinating how the runners work and their day to day. And the biggest thing, at least I think I watched up to the 3rd episode, was Jamaica versus U.S. women's and men's.
It's big. It's a big rivalry.
And
it's fun to watch.
The celebrity of it all.
Yeah.
and they're training, and it's just so intense. And but do it while eating and stuffing your face and realizing you're not going to ever exercise like that.
Do you know what always was frightening to me? And I know this is dumb, but track and field at school, no, that too, that'll get me. But not just track and field, but anytime you put a hurdle up, if you had to do like a hurdle,
hate it.
What? Are you kidding me? A hurdle? No way. Just running is enough. I got to run from one place to another. The people who do the hurdles, it's wild. You're just throwing your body at stuff. You're just like launching your body out there. I can't do that. Not for me. We're going to play some of your dispatches in a moment. Another person crying on television. Van Jones was crying over on CNN. He loves Joe Biden. He was upset. He said, "This is somebody you wouldn't be here without him," said Jones at one point, and you had to take something from him. He was upset that Biden was pushed out. He says the Democrat Party is his family, and at the end of the day, this is a family matter. You know, Joe Biden's body may not be as strong as it used to be. His language skills may not be as sharp as they used to be, his heart as big as it used to be, but he's fighting, and you have to just cry sometimes. So there you go. A lot of people reacting to this. It's big news out there. It's the Super Bowl of talk today, and we're right in the middle of it. The polls, how do the polls look? That's what some people are asking.
Slippery.
I don't think the polls matter yet, because what we need is like the polls in 3 weeks. What do people say about Kamala versus Trump in 3 weeks? Because right now, people didn't know for sure that she would be the option. But this had Trump ahead of Biden 45% to 43%, and then Trump ahead of Kamala Harris 47% to 45%. Other polls have showed Harris slightly outperforming Biden by 1 or 2 points, though. And it had Biden trailing Trump by 5 points, 52 to 47, and Harris only trailing by 3 points. So she was up in that one. But let's see now, after the announcement and everything else, who is going to come out in the lead in the polls as we get ready for the election. A man found something on the Goodwill online store, and it turned out to be a good deal.
Whoa, what? There's an online?
Yeah, hold up.
They have an online store now. I don't like it either.
No way.
I don't like it.
What?
I think Goodwill should just be a place.
Didn't even notice.
Is that me?
Yeah, you just
I thought
did
that
it.
was you.
No, you just did it.
What? I thought that was you the whole time. How did I get that pitch going? It's almost like
It was impressive.
whistle level. All right. Well, yes, there is an online Goodwill, and this guy saw something, and he said, "I don't know if it's real or not, but I'm going to go for it." He paid over $1,700 on a winning bid for this. I guess he kind of bid on the Goodwill online store. And with his $1,700, he got what was supposed to be a piece of George Washington's tent.
Oh, my God.
To that, I say, how does that end up at a Goodwill?
How do you prove it?
George Washington's tent, and they confirmed somehow that they contacted Philadelphia's Museum of the American Revolution, which possesses Washington's sleeping and office tent. The museum was excited but wary upon receiving the fragment, and they said based on the weave of the fabric and the note itself, they determined it was authentic, and it actually was a piece of George Washington's tent that this guy had in his hands.
Would you give something like that to Goodwill so that they can like raise money for Goodwill? I mean, I guess they sell everything, so they get money.
Yeah, I don't know how they handle more expensive things though.
Someone I know made they made shirts with their own face on it.
Yeah,
gave me one, and I put it in my Goodwill pile.
Oh no!
Is it somebody we know?
Yes.
Oh boy!
And then couple weeks later, it seemed like maybe a couple months, they're sharing the story of someone went into Goodwill and saw my T-shirt for $6. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I never thought that you would find out. And also, $6, huh?
That's the risk. You know, we've sold so many shirts over the years, so much merch. Thanks to you.
Gotta be some in Goodwill.
There are. People will send me a photo every now and then. They'll be like, look at this. It's an old Wiggle Wiggle Pop Pop shirt from a million years ago.
Remember, like, before the show even started, you and I were downtown, and we saw that homeless lady in the Monster Bolorama shirt?
Yeah. Back in the day. God almighty. I don't like the online store, though, for Goodwill. I want them to be in the flesh.
I don't like that it's like
bid.
auction style.
Yeah, give me the prices. Be upfront about things. I'm not a big fan. Okay, when we come back, here's what we're going to do. The final dispatch is stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is The Jim Colbert Show. Crash Test Funny. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Monday forecast. And for today, it will be hot and humid. Afternoon highs well into the mid-90s with a high of 95 in Orlando, but it feels like temperature right around 106. So be sure to stay cool and stay hydrated. We also expect some showers and storms this afternoon. These will mainly stay west of Orlando and west of the I-4 corridor. Also be prepared for lower air quality due to the Saharan dust. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-954-3322. 800-954-3322. 800-954-3322.
Monster Jam. As big as it gets. Coming to Kia Center August 3rd and 4th. Brought to you by BKT Tires, Morgan & Morgan, and your local Ford dealers. You have to see it live, so don't miss it. Lock in your seats today at monsterjam.com.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people. Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage. N-A-V-A-G-E. Breathe easy.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. Call A1 Garage Door Service today.
A1 from day one. The best kept secret for couples and singles is a secret no more. Secret's Hideaway Resort and Spa, Kissimmee's adults only resort, is hosting a special poolside tasting of Triple R brand whiskey and tequila Del Toro, Saturday, July 27th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Daisy Del Toro and Russ Rollins will be on hand for all of the poolside fun. Come for the tasting and stay all weekend long for the Secret Sexy Christmas and July weekend and pool parties. Visit secretsfl.com for more information and reservations.
Hey homeowners, Russ Rollins here to talk to you about something serious, your power bill. Last summer was tough, but this year could be even worse. So don't wait until the last minute to get protection and savings from solar power and backup power. Solar Source has a new pay-as-you-go solar package that lets you start with an affordable base system and add solar panels over time. Plus, their pay-as-you-go battery backup is awesome, and it lets you add critical backup power as you go. Schedule a free consultation at solarsource.com/monsters. Get ready for a stress-free summer.
Men over 45, do you have a frequent, urgent need to urinate or a weak flow? Do you suffer from an enlarged prostate or BPH? Know your options. If BPH medications are bothering you or you're worried about invasive surgery, ask about the Urolift system. The Urolift system is an outpatient, minimally invasive procedure. It reopens the channel with no cutting and provides rapid symptom relief with no new, sustained erectile or ejaculatory dysfunction, as shown in a clinical study. Go to Urolift.com and click on Find a Physician for a doctor near you. Urolift.com. UROLIFT.com. Most common side effects are temporary and can include discomfort when urinating, urgency, inability to control the urge, pelvic pain, and some blood in the urine. Rare side effects, including bleeding and infection, may lead to a serious outcome and may require intervention. If you suffer from symptoms of an enlarged prostate or BPH, the Urolift system is a proven alternative to BPH medication or invasive surgery. Visit Urolift.com and click on Find a Physician to speak to a doctor to see if you're a candidate for the Urolift system.
Hey, Cam, mind sending me over our new Wi-Fi password?
Oh, sorry, Mitch, you can't be trusted.
What?
It's your phone. It's different than mine.
Cam! And I thought I was a judgy one.
No, it's just messages between different devices aren't encrypted.
Okay. Since when do you know about encryption?
I know what encryption is, and it's because I'm the last line of defense against any would-be Wi-Fi thieves.
Cam, come on.
Okay, fine. I'll send it somewhere more private.
Thank you.
Safely send messages between different devices. On WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
Get into summer with iHeart80s. iHeart80s goes commercial-free this weekend and every weekend. Open the app, search iHeart80s, and start listening now. Free never sounded so good.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer custom-made faux wood and real wood blinds and shutters, cellular shades, Roman shades, bamboo shades, exterior shades, and more, all at factory direct prices. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
Sponsored by the Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home at thenickley.com.
They're best friends. Unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's
subscriber. Jump on board and unlock secret shows over at thenewsjunkie.com, just like Thomas did. Also, Tim emails tips at thenewsjunkie.com. To the best friends I never knew I had, after listening to you for as long as the show has been on the air, I have a crazy earworm. No, they're still with us. Sean, S-H-A-W-N, or however you spell it, you nailed it. You always say you want to hear from us, and you always say, let us know. Please do a flash sale of a screaming lettuce saying no on a T-shirt because you never play the last dispatches. Love you guys, and if you make this shirt, I should get a free one. 386 Pool Guy.
Asking.
That's a lot, yeah. You're offering a suggestion, assuming that it's a good one, and then demanding a free shirt as a response.
So we'll do you one better. We are going to release the shirt, but we're only going to sell one of them. And you could have it for 4 times more than we would pay.
$500.
Charge.
$500 a piece.
$500. That's,
Yeah,
I think, a good price.
It's fair. I think that's fair. And it'll be a collector's item for you, and you can enjoy this at your leisure or not. Let's see. Let's go to, before we get into these, I saw just breaking a couple minutes ago, they said Six Flags over Georgia has announced that starting this Friday, if you're 15 or younger, you have to have a chaperone to be inside their theme park. It's because they keep having these groups of young kids that are just fighting and causing chaos at Six Flags over Georgia.
That's what the
Fun
guys
Spot did.
Yeah, Fun Spot did that.
You have to be with someone 21.
Yeah, and that's what they've done in a lot of malls, too, across the country.
Damn, that was my go-to as far as, like, I don't know, 8th grade, maybe 15. It's like, drop us off at the mall, and then that's it. You know,
because
that's
you
the
could
place we go
interact.
hang out.
You could find people your age and stuff, and you could, like, socialize with people outside of school that way.
They're the ones causing a ruckus, ruining it for everybody.
Now it is ruining it for everybody because they've been doing this over and over and over again. You got a lot of these teenagers who just have zero fear about being arrested, and they're getting in fights. They're shooting the place up. They're doing all kinds of stuff. I don't know if they're shooting at Six Flags, but certainly they've been getting in fights and stealing stuff there. So that's the latest place to snap on one of these rules to try to stop that. All right, let's do, as promised, the final dispatches.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play.
Maybe. Who knows, really? Depends on where the wind takes us here and We'll start out with this one. Here's Kansas Mermaid talking about the Final Dispatch song.
Play the Final Dispatch song at 1.5 speed. It sounds so much more punk, and it's amazing.
Oh,
please give it a try.
I don't know if I can do that. I mean, I have the ability, kind of, but it would be harder than you would think for me to do that. Maybe some other time. Here is, who else is going to be making it on the way out? I'm a PC. This is Trash.
Hey, to the guy crying on TV, just wanted to let you know, when you normally hear family and job positions, it's a toxic work environment. So just wanted to give you a heads up about that.
I don't know what he's saying. Family and job positions? I missed something.
Well, only 2 people cried, but we only watched one video.
Yeah, I talked about the other one. That was Van Jones. Must have been something in his comment. Oh, well, this is a really long one about mukbang, so I'm going to skip that.
But thank you for sending it.
The mukbang thing grosses me out anyhow. I just really can't put up with it. Here's Mommy Salami, our Final Dispatch today.
Hey guys, good news. I am finally caught up on the show. Oh my goodness. After I had my last baby, she is like 14 months old now.
Congrats.
I got super behind and took me all that time to catch back up on the show. Bad news, I'm super behind in secret shows. I am currently listening to an episode from June 3rd of 2023.
Oh, wow, you're back
so
there.
So that's fun. C-Lane hasn't had his baby yet.
Oh my
and
gosh.
It's just like crazy to hear what you guys are talking about. Sean's still smoking. Sean, so I love the fact that you did a new shirt, the Snakes shirt. I ordered it and I'm still waiting for it, but I think you should do shirts for like little inside jokes from the show. I think you should do that more often. I actually really prefer that idea over like the regular shirts that you guys like over the regular designs that you guys make. It's not really whatever. It's not really my taste, but I really like the inside joke ones. So that
Me too. I agree with you. I think they're fun. It'll be an addendum to what we're already doing, but an option for some more people. And if you didn't get your Snake shirt by probably today, I would say, or tomorrow at the latest, then please do email me. I'm going to go through the sales emails after the show. I know there was somebody on Twitter that said they had an issue. And then some, we had the weirdest issues because we sent out so much merch. Some guy emailed me and he said, I just wanted to say I got the Snake shirt and I love it. But my order was covered in Thousand Island dressing. And
what?
So something that was like shipped with it or like in the mail person's vehicle exploded and it had Thousand Island dressing all over it and it exploded on his shirt package. And
Does that mean you tasted it? Because I wouldn't look at Thousand Island and know for sure that it was Thousand Island.
He said it's what I suspect to be Thousand Island dressing. So that's, to his best abilities, that's what he's thinking it is. So sorry about that. But everybody else that had any issues, those will be resolved very, very soon. Okay, and in the stories that didn't make the cut, just one real quick.
Ooh, that lady was right.
What?
It does sound pretty punk to do it at 1.5 speed.
Let me hear.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
We might have to do it like that from now on, man. We're usually running out of time when we play that song.
That's true. Yeah, it's nice and
Now
fast.
do it like half speed.
Yeah, really slow. Can you switch that up fast or no?
Sean will probably only play one of them.
It's totally
Good times.
All right, on cruise ships, there is a Royal Caribbean Utopia of the Seas, which cost $1.35 billion to build that. They keep putting this feature that people are rebelling against and that they are saying that they don't want. And that is on these Royal Caribbean cruises, they put these hot tubs that are clear in there. So when people are in the hot tub, you can see like their bodies below the water. And I don't know.
I think there's a reason for that.
Why? Is it to see if they're like somebody's drowning or something, like a safety issue?
Oh, that could be one of them, but I think they're trying to shy you away from maybe trying to have some sexual encounters in the hot tub.
I don't like that. I don't want people seeing what's below the water line. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not posing down there.
Hey, you're picking wedgies and stuff.
I might have like my belly might be hanging over a little bit or something. All of that could be bad. Like if I stand up straight, I don't have much of a belly, but if I'm like doubled over in a hot tub, it might not be a good look. Oh, let's get the hell out of here. Here we go. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Monday, July 22nd, 2024. Today I Learned this guy right here.
Michael Jackson.
That's right. Nice. Michael Jackson. He narrated E.T., the Extraterrestrials audiobook album.
There was a little
after
alien.
taking home a record 8 Grammys, 7 for his album Thriller, and 1 for E.T. He said that all of them, out of all the Grammys he got, he was more proud of the E.T. one. Look at him go. Today I learned, I'd like this to be in the Olympics. Octopus wrestling was a famous sport back in the 60s. Although it was called wrestling, it wasn't wrestling per se, as most octopuses are rather skittish and not aggressive. The contestants were usually only searching in holes along rocks in the ocean to grab the head of an octopus. Once you grabbed that, you had to pull it until the animal gave up, which sounds kind of mean to the octopi. Today I learned there's a burger shop in Memphis, Tennessee that is using 100-plus-year-old grease to fry their hamburgers, which seems a little bit disgusting.
Yeah.
Dyer's Burger in, I don't know where it is. Memphis, Tennessee, I said at the beginning. That's where they are doing this.
I
And
like
finally,
diarrhea burger.
today I learned this band right here. Yep. A flock of seagulls. That's right. A flock of seagulls stole the song I Ran from a band that used to open up from them. They said they did it unintentionally, but the band previous to them on the stage had a song called I Ran, and they would do the same kind of little verse here, and then all of a sudden they had their big breakthrough hit, which was just the song reworked. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you later, everybody.